Hello, everybody. So we are back today with Cruz Gamez. This will be you'll be my first repeat.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we should just do this every time you come into town.
Bro, we haven't been back since
Since the last time.
that first podcast.
Yeah.
I haven't been back since. Um, but thank you for having me. Thank you guys
Of
for
course.
listening. It's an honor every single time.
Well, thank you. I'm
Yeah.
glad to have you, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to be back in town.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
How was the meeting Friday? I missed it because I did that dinner with my girlfriend's work.
Yeah, we missed you. But it was great. I like the way Eddie structured it. He brought every person from every stage of a process when a deal is getting done. So he brought the person who's doing the acquisitions,
Yeah.
person who is doing dispo. He brought Brooke up for the dispo. He brought up Eric for the acquisitions.
Okay.
We're talking
Yeah.
about that deal.
Yeah.
And each person was given their piece of advice. I actually, like, to be honest with you, I showed up late.
Mm-hmm.
It was traffic up the wazoo from Tucson. It took me forever just to get out of Tucson because I don't live in Tucson again. I live in Green Valley, so it takes me just 30 minutes to get out of Tucson.
Right.
So by the time I got out, oh, that was the other thing. It was raining. So, like, if you don't know, in Arizona, we're the worst drivers whenever we see a drop of rain.
Yeah.
So it was like it was pouring, and everybody was just like going slow. The right lane was the fastest lane.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
went.
crazy. I hate that when people get into the fast lane.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And go slow.
They literally are braking
Yeah.
for no reason. There's no cop. There's nobody pulled over. No accident. No nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is ridiculous. The right lane's moving faster than everybody. I found my chance, got in there, and I literally passed everybody. I think I would have been there for an hour just to get out of Tucson.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I showed up late, but it was still great. Great to see everybody. And
Did Megan show up Friday?
Megan, no,
No?
she did not show up Friday. No, her birthday was Thursday, and
Okay.
she had dinner plans with her boys.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, she actually visited me in Tucson.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. We went to a restaurant, and they went to the ostrich farm. Her and her son's best friend.
Okay.
Yeah, they went to the ostrich farm, which I haven't been. It's on the way to Tucson, right there at Picacho Peak, and it's really cool. She says it's like there's even stingrays that they have.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I'm not sure if it's that or manta rays. I really don't know what they have.
Stingrays, manta rays are big.
Yeah, okay,
Manta
stingrays.
rays are real big.
Oh yeah, right. That's right. Moana and the grandma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So she didn't come Friday, and but a lot of people were there, like Shad and his wife Nancy, Tyler, Eric, of course, Alan and Alex. They were talking about how they do acquisitions as well. They gave some really great advice. Um, really cool story what Eddie or funny story Eddie told. They called it the Rooster Hour. So Alex, he scrapes all the expired listings and he starts ripping through the list from
Mm-hmm.
like 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. if I'm correct. He calls it
Okay.
the Rooster Hour, and he's been getting a lot of deals that way doing the expired listing.
Really?
Yeah, another great piece of advice. I didn't get his name. I don't want to say his name. I forgot it. That's like when I came in when he was talking. This guy, he does acquisitions and he's doing a bunch of deals, but he actually goes to the um, where you go and get the pre foreclosure list. He actually goes
To the courthouse?
he goes to the actual courthouse or county office.
Yeah.
He actually goes to it. So I didn't know about this, about PropStream and all these other web tools they use to like
Yeah.
scrape data. If you go to the courthouse, you're getting the day of, like, that's the property list
morning.
that morning.
Right.
It won't come out until a day after for PropStream and everything else.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't know
Makes
that.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're actually getting a step ahead if you show up and actually get the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So didn't know that. And he's been getting a lot of good leads through that. And he calls and door knocks, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like the first to do it. Yeah. Like I said, great meetup Friday.
Cool.
Yeah, great meetup.
Very cool. How's Tyler doing?
Tyler's great. He's pivoting, I guess, or not pivoting. He's moving. He's moving to Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was out in Chicago with his wife,
For like
and
you were telling me the other day, he was out there for like 6 months or something.
6 months, and it just got cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he came over here, did a few things, and he's leaving Monday. But yeah, I wish him the best
Yeah.
on the next journey. I told him I'm gonna meet you out there, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ride jet skis with you or something.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I
Where in Florida is he going? Do you know?
I don't know officially like where he's moving to.
Yeah, I'll have to send him a text, say hello and goodbye.
Yeah, I he is planning on visiting every once in a while. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Is
yeah,
that kind of what he did Friday? Was just kind of say bye to everybody? Show up, say bye to everybody, or
yeah. Basically,
yeah,
we talked a lot. We went to Zips afterwards.
that's cool.
Yes, we had a good time there.
Yeah.
Um,
How late did you guys stay out?
what time was it? 11?
Okay.
I think it was. No, probably 10:30. It was something around there.
Yeah.
Didn't even keep track of time. It was just cool, just being to see everybody. Didn't
Yeah,
even
for
like
sure.
look at the time. And man, the food is amazing. I love Zips. If you
Right.
ever go, order the garlic mayo with the Cajun fries. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They
Yeah.
don't really talk about the garlic mayo because not many people like it, but
Yeah.
such a good
Sounds
flavor.
good.
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. There's no other place I know that makes it, but really delicious. I love Zips for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What how's Megan doing, man? I keep meaning to call her. I haven't called her yet.
She's doing great. She's well, I talked to her last month, so that's when she met me down in Tucson. She's great. She is doing working with an e-commerce group.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's staying busy with that. She's great.
Good.
She's like my like I said, she's my like second mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's literally I try to keep up in touch with her. It's just hard, man, when you're like constantly busy, dude. It's
Yeah,
just
for sure.
insane. But yeah, she's great people,
Yeah.
and she's doing great.
Good. Yeah, I gotta reach out to her, man.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
she's
it's
cool.
been too long. I think about her all the time, but then I never, I mean, I'm running around, I'm doing everything I'm doing. I got like a list of people that like I gotta talk to this person, I gotta talk to this person, I gotta talk to this person, and then
Yeah.
and then sometimes too, if I haven't talked to somebody for a long time, like it's been a couple months,
Mhm.
I know if I get on the phone with them, I'm talking to them for like an hour and a half. You know what I mean? I'm just like, man, I need I have like a 20-minute window. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like when I called you when I was coming up here, I was like, man, I don't want to talk about anything right now because I know we're gonna ruin it. I wanted to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I was waiting for this conversation. I wanted to talk to you about your Uber thing. Like, how's everything going with that?
Yeah.
Like, what have you seen? What have you learned from doing it in that
Um,
time?
it's going all right. It's it's been a little inconsistent, but it was also through the holidays.
Hmm.
I almost thought it would be busier during the holidays, but
That's what I thought.
it was actually slowed down quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah, through like Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, well, the college kids are gone too, so that kind
Oh,
of makes sense because there's a lot of college kids use Uber Black a lot, surprisingly, but I guess not surprisingly because they have mom and dad's credit card.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But they use Uber Black a lot. Scottsdale, I was the only thing I was picking up for a while was like people who came into town for conferences,
Hmm.
and there weren't a whole lot of those. It wasn't like it was busy all night. And then New Year's was busy. I drove for New Year's. New Year's was busy, but I kind of got screwed because I picked up somebody who was going to the racetracks for a concert
Hmm.
and trying to get into the racetracks. Like that whole trip was like an hour and a half,
Bro.
and I was just like, oh my god! And it
No.
wasn't worth the money I was making for that hour and a half. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I totally understand,
Um,
bro.
it would have been if it was black, but it was XL because I drive black and XL because black's not always super busy all the time.
Hmm.
And XL is a little bit more than X, you know what I mean? But
Hmm.
it's not the same as like the the better price that you get with the black.
Yeah,
Um, but the last couple of weeks have been good.
that's great.
Yeah, I made about $1,000 last week. I
Wow.
made almost 1,000 this week, and I didn't drive as much as I would have liked to this week. Yeah,
Really?
because I had some other things I was doing, so I didn't get. I was helping Deborah take care of some stuff, so I didn't. I didn't. I think I missed a day one
Hmm.
day, and then I went out late another day, so I probably would have broke 1,000. if I'd gone out
Wow,
all the days I wanted to.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
How many hours are you doing to do that?
Um, 4 to 6 generally. I think there
Really?
was one day last week I did 8 hours, but I guess average 6 hours.
That's amazing.
Yeah, 6 hours a day.
That is amazing,
So yeah,
bro.
it's
Yeah,
better. It's better than a regular job for sure. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's not quite as good as I was hoping, but I talked to a guy. My dad's got a driver that he's had for a while who takes him to the airport and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And my dad put me in touch with him, and he doesn't even have like a black car. You know what I mean? Like a high end luxury car. He's got a really nice car. You know what I mean? But it's
Hmm.
not what would be considered quote unquote Uber black. You know what I mean? But you don't need an Uber black car to have your own private driving business. You know what I mean? You could
Hmm.
still have a luxury car that doesn't necessarily qualify for Uber black.
Hmm.
And it can be a little older as long as you take care of it. You know what I mean? It's nice, and you're a good driver and you take care of your people. You don't have to have all the same requirements Uber does for their quote unquote luxury.
Okay.
Um, so he used to drive Uber, and then he's transitioned into his own business. So all he does is he doesn't drive Uber anymore at all. And
Oh, okay.
so he's just he's got his own private driving, business.
Hmm.
So I talked to him, and he shared some of his knowledge with me and broke some stuff down for me and gave me some good pointers on like places to sit. Actually, over by my dad's office is a good place to sit, he said, and wait for Uber Black. And he told me, he's like, don't take, because I told him sometimes if it's real slow, I'll take like X and Comfort and XL and Black and everything. He's like, yeah, don't do that. He's like, and he's right. It is kind of insulting. Like it would be insulting if I had just a regular ass car, not like a nicer car that is qualified for Uber Black. If I just had a Toyota Corolla, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? It would still be freaking insulting. Like you'll get a trip for like it'll be a 20 minute drive, but it'll be a 10-minute drive to get there. And it'll be like, so it takes like a half hour of your time. And that's if you're not waiting. And then after that, you're waiting on another trip. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
like it ends up taking a large amount of time, but that trip will be $11, $12. I was like, yeah, that's not worth it at all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not at all worth it. And then sometimes they're like, if they haven't, they'll people will reserve a car, but nobody will pick up the reservation because it's not a very good trip. Well, if you're just regular driving and you're the closest one, that when that reservation comes time to come up, they'll send you there, but they send you there early because they want to make sure that that reservation is locked in.
Hmm.
And I won't realize because I'm always accepting everything because
Hmm.
you only get a certain amount of time to accept it and it goes away. So I'm just like, bam, bam, bam. I just hit everything. You know what I mean? And take
Yeah.
everything when I'm trying to make money. And so sometimes I'll hit it. I'll drive between 10 and 15 minutes to get to the place, right? And the reservation will be at 8 and I'll get there at like 7:45. So like I'm just sitting there for 15 minutes waiting for the time to show up. So now it's cost me 30 minutes and then it's like a 25-minute drive. So it's almost an hour and I'll get, you know, $15 out of it.
Hmm.
And I'm just like, fuck you. You know what I mean? So I don't even drive that anymore. I quit driving X and Comfort actually before I talked to him, but he was like, yeah, you should not drive XL either, which I don't totally agree with him on because there's sometimes like if I go out for 4 hours, I might get 2 black drives to where I make $20 off of them. They're short drives or something like that. I'll make $20 off them because like a black drive, like a black to get to like give you an example, like the 25-minute drive that's $11 or $12 with Uber X would be like $35 to $40 with Uber Black,
Hmm.
and it would be like 45 or 50 with Uber Black SUV,
Wow.
which I qualify for.
Yeah.
Um, so that's the difference in driving Uber Black or driving Uber X. And then Uber XL, it'd be probably $20, 20. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So it's a little bit better with Uber XL.
Hmm.
So I'll drive that also. But if I have a 4 hour window and I only get 2 black drives, and it's I might make $60 or something, depending on how long the drives are or something. And then if I'm out for those 4 hours, and those are the only black rides I get, I made $60.
Mm-hmm.
But if I throw on XL, because it's a little bit slower with black, and I'm out for 4 hours, I might make $150. You know what I mean? More
Yeah.
drives, more time, everything else. But I don't know. And when you really calculate it all out to like gas and time and all that, it's probably not worth it. But I still have $150 in my bank account.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I hear you.
So it's kind of that gray area that I have a hard time with. But lately, when I've just been sitting kind of over where my dad's office is in Scottsdale, I tried it. I didn't turn on Uber XL, and I got some good rides. Yesterday, I got made $85 in an hour just off two Uber Black XL rides, or Uber Black SUV rides,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Uh, so it shows you the difference in the kind of money you can make. But I think the end goal, all that to say, I think the end goal is to build my own private business. So I got a name. The name of my company is Better Than a Bike.
Mm,
Um,
I like that.
yeah,
I
it's
like
kind of funny. Um, and I got like metal business cards that I'll hand out, but I don't like hand them out to everybody that rides with me. I kind of have to let them like talk to me and solicit me. You know what I mean? I can't
yeah.
solicit them
Okay.
because then Uber will suspend my account. All it takes is one rider to be like, I don't know, I was just trying to get home. This guy's trying to get me to like do a private ride with him or something like that, and Uber will cut me out. But if they ask me, then you know what I mean?
Yeah. I never thought about that. Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. But a price for a private driver is much higher. So like you could do an airport drive from like, Scottsdale to the airport in my car, and it would be like between 140 $155
Mm.
for that one trip. I've been chat GPT and private driving company, like how to price your drives and stuff like that. So chat GPT's been breaking it all down for me and helping me do that.
Isn't that thing amazing?
Yeah, chat GPT is very amazing. The stuff it answers, like sometimes I'm just like, I wonder if chat GPT will know this, and I expect it not to know.
Yeah.
And it knows like way more than I thought. And then it'll break it down of like, do you want me to create a PDF that you can send out to companies? Do you, to try to, get work with them? Do you want me to, put out a calculator of what you should charge for this type of trip and flat charge, and, and it like calculates out like what companies charge. And it uses that information to help me come up with my own prices.
Yeah, the nationwide thing. Dude, honestly, that thing has saved me so many headaches on just about everything. So some cool things that I've learned. I do epoxy floor coatings, as you know, and I just learned this. I took a picture of a sample that we have, or samples of the flakes and stuff, and then I took a picture of a floor that was before that we coated it, right?
Okay.
And I said, ChatGPT, this sample, put it on the floor. Dude, it did it as if we actually coated the floor. I was like, that is amazing. My dad's like, you can actually do that. I didn't know you could do that. And then I started messing around with it. We need a new, we're trying to create these like landscaping banners. Like, you can put it outside for like mainly landscapers, put them out there, or roofers. They say, hey, we're working here basically.
Yeah.
And he wants that for the flooring. And I was creating a new one, but I wanted it to be with like a exotic car, or like a nice car, a Corvette.
Yeah.
And I wanted a honeycomb lighting on the ceiling. I wanted our floor, and I wanted nice cabinets, like as if it were a showroom.
Right.
I spent my time with it because I'm still learning the prompts and everything. It made it to a T.
Really?
Yeah, I was impressed. I would tell it how much glossiness I wanted. I would tell it I wanted to be a little bit more of like a realistic. This is how ours looks.
Yeah.
And it would tell me like when it was messing up, like, hey, you didn't give me enough information. I don't understand what you're trying to give me.
So it helped coach you on how to coach it.
I told it, please tell me what it is I need to tell you. And when I'm thinking, like, I literally talk to this thing as if we're a human, and I'm asking it for advice. Like, I wanted to start. We have a washer and dryer from our Airbnbs that we moved them from like a the separate where it's a washer and dryer versus
Mm-hmm.
the all-in-one. So we
Yeah.
had the separate ones, and they were just sitting there. And we're trying to sell them on Facebook Marketplace, but they weren't selling.
Yeah.
And I just saw somebody post on TikTok like, "Hey, I'm doing a wash and fold service business, all done for you. So you come and give me your clothes. I can wash it for you and fold it, iron it, whatever, and give it to you. Or you can rent out my machines, which is a decent business."
Oh yeah.
And I put it into ChatGPT, and I told it, be cynical, tell me the good and the bad, be my friend, but also tell me what can go wrong with this.
Right.
And the great thing about it is like you could take it to a laundromat and do it for them, but you would have to charge a little bit more and think about pricing. The bad thing about it is that it's really not worth it in the long run because you're spending time with gas, and if you're doing it with your own machines, it can break down, and that's going to be wasteful for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, you can go to a laundromat and do it, but still, it's like it's not worth it when time ROI, like time
Right.
and gas, it's just not worth it.
Right. For sure.
They would have to come pick it up from you. But where I live in a retirement community, so there's like a lot of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean I do the epoxy floor coatings, I do Airbnb, and I also do junk removal. Junk removal, I ask it like, hey, I have a wooden pallet, I have a couch to move. Can you tell me what the nationwide price is? And he spits out this how much it costs for this type of couch. Is that
Right.
couch a two-seater? Is it a love seat, or is it a fold-out couch? And then
Right.
it tells me like this how much it's gonna be.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm surprised at how well it works. So
And I'm still learning Chat GPT too. I was talking to Sam. I don't know if you met Sam, or Sam's been coming after you quit coming as much, but he he was showing me like on his Chat GPT, he's got folders, and so you can like, so like now all the every time I'm talking to Chat GPT about, you know, being a private driver, running numbers, or like, you know, what's the best way to approach the Barrett Jackson? What's the best, you know, when should I go? What are the busy times? Where should I sit? Things like that.
wow.
I save those in my private driving folder. Because the problem with Chat, because I was telling him, I was like, the problem with Chat GPT is I'll ask it a question like a week ago, and I'll be like, oh, I asked it that last week. What was the answer? Because it was a good answer, but then I'm
Mhm.
like trying to find it.
Yeah, and you
You know
have
what I
like
mean?
all these
Yeah.
prompts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like, if you ask it, you know, what's advice on being a private driver? And then what's the best food for my dog? And what's the recipe for this thing? But it's all in the same day. It's hard to find the recipe for,
Mm.
you know, chicken casserole, because when you go through the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
side, it the only list is what you started with that day.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
it doesn't break down every time you ask it a different question that's on a different subject.
I'm gonna look it up real quick on my ChatGPT. I'd love to show you the prompts for
Yeah.
the pictures.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'll show you that, but I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I learned on a podcast like some of the prompts, like if you give it you have to give it a personality. You know what I mean? So if I'm asking about private driving, like you are the
You're the specialist in that field.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you're the, let's say you're the yeah, you could say you're the scheduling specialist for the biggest private driving company in the Phoenix area.
Mm-hmm.
What are your suggestions for how much I should charge and where I should sit to wait for rides or this or that?
Mm.
And it'll give me a better answer than I was just like, hey, where should I wait for rides as a private driver?
Oh.
It'll give me a more accurate answer because it's searching based off the criteria that you gave it. You
Mm-hmm.
made it this specialist, and so it searches as that specialist, and it has like deeper, more accurate answers.
I
And
didn't
then
know that.
also, if you the more information you give it, the more accurate answer it'll give you.
Mm.
So like my girlfriend gives me a hard time all the time because I talk too much. Like not that I talk too much, but I over explain a lot of times.
Yeah, yeah.
I've always done that, you know what I mean? Because I try to because I know the way I would want it explained to me, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And sometimes girls are like, "You're mansplaining me." No, I'm like, I'm just explaining you. You know what I mean? I was like, I would say the same thing to a dude. You know what I mean? I'm telling
Just so
you
happens
because
to be of a man.
yeah, I was like, this is just how I talk. Like because I would appreciate that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I appreciate like you breaking it down for me while you're explaining it to me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And and I'm also a question asker too. So a lot of times if somebody's telling me something, I'm, all right, well, what about this? Or well, what about that? Okay, can you re-explain that? I'll say that because I want the information, but a lot of other people don't say that.
Mm.
They're just like, oh, okay. And then they go and they fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I try to like preempt that by just like really breaking things down for people. And
I feel that.
sometimes girls are like, you're mansplaining me. I'm like, no, I'm just explaining you. But and I I've told my girlfriend before too. I'm like, no, I was like, you know, you hear me. Like, I'm like, all right, now what about this? All right, now what about that? Like, you know, when I ask you, I'm trying to make sure I clarify for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just trying to explain that way.
No, I hear you. Yeah, I'm the
But
same way.
but it works great with ChatGPT
Mm-hmm.
when I give it extra information and I'll break it down. Like I'll give it every little detail I can think of,
Yeah.
and then ask the question, and it just spits out like so much more detailed, and like it's, you know, like I was asking it about uh getting a loan to refinance the mobile home that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And 'cause some of the loans that we've looked into are like most of them come from a bank, and the personal loan you could get, we can't get because we just purchased a house. You can't have any major purchases in the last 6 months, and we just purchased a house. Then you can't get the or and then we have a DSCR loan, but DSCR loans are hard because number one, not very many DSCR lenders want to lend on a mobile home.
Mm.
They're more interested in lending on a house, but a lot of them don't understand the mobile homes, don't like the mobile homes, shy away from mobile homes. But the one I found that does do a mobile home, it's 60% loan to value, and it's a 5-year prepayment penalty. Well, I'm not trying to hold on to
Wow.
it for 5 years. I'm trying to sell it. I'm just trying to refinance out of my hard money loan so I can pay that off because
Yeah.
it's coming due,
Mm-hmm.
and then sell it. Like I might sell it a week after I pay off the hard money loan. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Or even
It,
6 months.
right.
Yeah.
And so the prepayment penalty is going to hammer me. I'm not
Yep.
going to make any money because the prepayment penalty plus 60% loan to value doesn't even pay off my hard money lender, like by a couple grand. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I still am like a couple grand short,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the only DSCR loan I can find. So then there's a couple other loans. There's a profit and loss loan, but that doesn't work because it's a flip. Because the profit and loss, basically, they're giving you a loan based off what the profit and loss statements are for that property. I'm like, well, I don't have profit and loss. I'm not renting it out. I'm not doing anything. I just flipped it and I'm trying to sell it. Plus, they also don't like it to be active on the market, an active listing on the market. When they do that. So I'm just running into all these separate issues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I mean, it's not anything abnormal. It's just stuff that doesn't work with my specific situation. So when I asked ChatGPT, I was like, hey, I'm trying to figure out like maybe there's a loan I'm not thinking of, you know what I mean? Or maybe I'm not explaining what I need very well or something like that. So I ChatGPT'd it yesterday, and I talked to ChatGPT for like an hour.
Yeah.
And it was
wow.
And what I did was I was like, okay, so here's the loans I've looked into, and I listed the loans I looked into. I specifically said the things I didn't like about the loans, you know, the prepayment penalty, 5-year prepayment period, 60% loan to value, problems with the P&L loan, just a regular full doc refi, and all the things I didn't like about it. And then I would give it exactly my ideal situation if I could create my own perfect loan. And I forgot to tell it that it was on land. You know what I mean? That it wasn't just a mobile home like in a park.
Oh, okay.
So I forgot to tell it that the land came with it. And I noticed that in its explanation, but like I gave it this long explanation, and it was like, oh, thank you for all the information. This is helpful. And it did me this whole thing. But I noticed in that it said, and you know, also let me know if it's on land or if it's not. And I was like, oh, I didn't say that. But if I had said that, it wouldn't have had to ask me that question. or it
Yep.
wouldn't have had to clarify that, some loans will change based off of if it's on land or not land. So it
Mhm.
would have answered that question already if I'd given it that information.
Yeah.
Um,
But the fact that it asked you, the
yeah,
the fact that it knows that.
right, for sure. And then when I
Mhm.
clarify later, it'll give me all this information. I'm like, okay, that's great. Can you? And then it'll be like, do you want me to, you know, send out a letter that you could, create a letter, a PDF that you can send out to investors that like breaks down
Wow.
like you what you're looking for and what you have and everything else. And I can create a Facebook post that specifically details with no fluff or anything like that what you're looking for. And I was like, yes, yes. And then it would ask me like, so, and then it gave me a list of like 8 things. Here's the information I need. I need, price, is it rehabbed all the way? Is it on land? This, that, blah, blah, blah. And then I gave it all that. And then it broke it down into a PDF for me that I can like send to potential investors.
That's
Yeah,
phenomenal,
I was like, oh
dude.
my God, this is amazing. You know what I mean? Like,
You're my best friend.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
And then it broke it down too. It's like also the way you explain it, don't tell somebody, well, I'm trying to, you know, I'm running out of time on my hard money loan. I need to get out of my hard money loan before it comes due.
Mhm.
Say, hey, I have an opportunity to, and I'm paraphrasing because I'm not looking at it, but like, I have there's an opportunity uh, for a short-term bridge loan on this property. It's fully renovated. It's active on the market. It's, ready to go. All the positives, but just the way changing the way you're framing it keeps you from looking desperate, like I need this money right now, to
Oh,
here's a
okay.
good opportunity for you to invest in.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Same thing. It's the exact same information, but how you present it makes people approach you a different way. And
Mhm.
then after that, it's like, and when you get offers, like give them to me and I'll break them down and I'll tell you if, here's what you should look out for. Here's the red flags. Here's why this is a good deal or whatever.
Dude.
So I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah. It's worth it,
Yeah.
man. Are you texting this prompt or are you talking to it?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll text it and sometimes I'll talk to it.
Okay.
It
I
just
usually
depends on how much information it is. If it's like a quick question, I'll just text it.
Mhm.
Um, and then if it's a lot, if I'm like saying a bunch, then I'll just talk to it.
Dude, I love just talking to it, dude. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
We had a problem the other day. We have
Do you
rules.
talk to it where it talks back to you verbally, or do you just
Yeah.
talk like do the microphone button so it
No, I
just
wanted to
records it?
talk back to
Yeah.
me. Yeah, my dad, he still is amazed by that thing. Every single time we just want to talk to it, like we have an idea or something, like, hey, we're gonna do this, right? And the way it spits out information is like, dang, that thing is just sharp, you know?
Yeah.
And it's literally our advisor sometimes is like, hey, what do you think of this? Literally
Yeah.
all the time. So we had a problem the other day. We had a booking for this guy. We have rules set, okay, um, and we compromise those rules, and we'll never do it again. But thank God it all worked out perfectly. So what happened is that this guy booked us back in like November for February, and the problem with him is that he had no reviews. That's one of our biggest red flags. If nobody has reviews on the Airbnb when they're trying to book us, we
Oh
will
yeah.
not accept, because every time that we've let that happen, it's like these people come in and like make a mess. I mean, they're staying over. I understand that, but they're not respectful of the other guests that are in the house. They are just like not treating it with respect, and they're
Right.
asking for too much. Like they'll
Right.
ask for, like, we give out coffee pods, but like they're there for like 3 days, and then like we stock it, and they
Mm-hmm.
go through it all. It's just kind of like too far.
Right.
So we created a rule: if you do not have reviews, then we're not going to accept you. But we
Yeah.
compromised the rule because it was a guy who was going to stay there for a long time. It was going to be great money, awesome. And what happened is that come to this like last week or 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago. So his appointment's coming up in February, and he sends us a list of questions. Like, thank God he sent us this. He's asking about the size of the bed. He's asking the model of the coffee maker. He's asking Is it by the highway? Which is all normal questions. But when you start asking us about the size of the bed because you're going to bring your own linen and you're going to be here a long time, it's kind of when we get those kinds of questions, we already know that you're going to be constantly asking us for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this has
Right.
happened every time when somebody starts asking us all these questions. The biggest problem was so we have the Green Valley Recreation. It's where we have like 13 gyms. It's kind of like our HOA payments every year, and they created a new rule for Airbnb guests. You need to be giving them access. So when you're giving access to an Airbnb guest, then you don't have access for that time being. And they kind of want to do that so that way you don't have Airbnbs in the area. Because where we live, we don't have an HOA. That is our like HOA. We have to
Mm-hmm.
pay those fees. So this guy was calling the GVR for us on our behalf when we didn't like he didn't communicate that with us, and he said you guys are gonna have to pay for a daily pass. He called him twice, so we're like, we already understand this guy's gonna be a pain.
Yeah.
So thank God we didn't know about this. We always hear horror stories about Airbnb hosts, like they never get the favoritism. It's always the guest that gets the favoritism.
Right.
So with us being super hosts, we've had no problems for the past 3-4 years that we've been doing this, and we call up and we say, "Hey, we know if we cancel on this guy, it's going to cost us $400.
Mm-hmm.
We're willing to take the hit, but I mean, can we do anything about that number?" And before all that, we tried to chat GBT him, like telling him, like, "Hey, um, this is everything that we have." He's like, "Oh, well, that bed's not going to work for us." Like,
He said that bed's
he
not going to work for
said
us.
that
Then
that
you should
bed's
probably book another place then.
That's exactly what we implied.
Right.
Then we recommend. Oh, it's too short of a notice. Our reservation's coming up. Can you guys do something about it? You guys said you're going to get us a bigger bed, which we did not say that. We said we will see what we can accommodate for you.
Plod, baby.
Yeah, so we put it to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like it explained to us, like okay, this is what we're gonna say to him and how we're gonna approach this. Um, because we were trying to like basically make it sound like we shouldn't stay here. Like it's not the
Right.
perfect fit.
For sure.
And ChatGPT did an amazing job of being able to answer him, and the guy was just not budging. And then we actually called the Airbnb support, and it's the lady was like, "Okay, so this is our first time talking to you guys. You guys have never had a problem with us. Plus, you guys are super hosts. So we really appreciate that, and you guys have been using us. You don't have to worry about him. We're gonna cancel him." And then we kind of put two and two. That was like, thank God, like that was a blessing that we're able to just get rid of him. Sucks that we're not going to get that payment, but we're able to just get rid of him and still have bookings during his time. So it
Right.
worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
And with all that being said, it was just great to have something like that, ChatGPT being able to answer someone that's being difficult like that.
Right.
Because what we would have came up with would have been like,
Get out of my house. You can't stay here. You're retarded.
Nothing like that. But it was just hard to just this guy was just being consistent and like, hey, I need this, hey, I need that. And
Right.
the coffee, like he was really on the model of the coffee maker. Like, what is this dude's
Like,
problem?
dude, you have a coffee maker. Okay. I'm not buying you a new bed.
Yeah.
I'm not buying a new coffee maker that you like better.
Yeah.
This isn't your house.
Yeah.
This is my house that we're allowing you to stay in, and we're giving you these amenities that we don't have to give you, and not everybody does give you.
Mm-hmm.
So work around that.
Yeah,
I'm not changing everything about my property so that just you feel like it's your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want you to be comfortable, of course. We want you to stay here. We want to accommodate you in every way we can.
Yeah.
But like, we're not going to do something that's going to cost us more money for you to stay here than we're making for you being here.
Yeah.
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Or headaches. I always think about headaches, man. It's always I like convenience.
Right.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
And life isn't that way. I totally understand that. But if I can control something like that, great.
Yeah.
And I just want to give props to Airbnb for actually taking care of us.
That's cool.
Because I've heard so many horror stories. Yeah, that Airbnb host is like, man, I can't do anything about this. Like, it's out of my hands.
Yeah.
Because Airbnb's not giving me favoritism. So, man, we got lucky. And
That's
I
awesome.
kind of put it together that this guy has no reviews, has never used the platform. Or actually, I'm sorry, he did use the platform. He had 7 trips, but no reviews. We're like, oh man, this is kind of weird because when we've had those bad guests, we don't want to give them negative reviews. Like,
Right.
it's just better not to say anything. which honestly, looking back at it now, I wish we would have given them reviews saying like, "Hey, they don't host these people."
Yeah,
But yeah, just coming from that, I'm glad that it worked out the way it did. And other than that, Airbnb's been great though.
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird. So the last time I talked to you guys was in August and explained to you about Airbnb. Um, we have the casita, which is the 800 square foot one. That one's a little bit more pricier. That one's like $200 a night.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the two small ones, which is 150 between 120 per night. And what we figured out in the summertime, it is more pushed on that they want to stay there just for the night and then leave. People that want to come in, so they don't want a fancy one.
Right.
And our seasons are from October to February every year. It's like clockwork, cuts off. And with the little ones, we actually got bookings in June and July.
Mm-hmm.
That was surprising to us. And we have a mine close to us.
Okay.
So the mine workers that were being freelance, like their specialty in that field of the mine, like that's what they are known for, and that's what they get hired for. They come out, they stayed at our place, and they're like, "Oh my god, I come out here like maybe twice a year, and I need a place to stay for like a week. So I'd love to book your guys' place in the summertime."
Nice.
Like, great, okay, you have us there, and it's just stuff like that that we start to learn. Like you as you go and learning about Uber, you start learning like, oh, this is where I'm gonna stay. This is not a good place. Or I should do this. I should be Uber Black, not XL, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
The little things you start learning as you go. You can watch YouTube videos all day. You can have a course, the best course in the world. But it's not until you actually start doing it, you start learning those things.
For sure.
So those little things that we started learning is that if I could do it all over again, I would have focused more on the smaller Airbnbs than the bigger ones. And hearing this from a lot of people. Like you see those videos, Airbnb is dead, 2026,
Yeah.
2025. It's a thing, just a clickbait. But what I've come to realize, not just in Airbnb, but single family homes, long term rentals, like they're not doing so well. It's not profitable
Mm-hmm.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah,
People
it's hard to make money on a long term rental, like
hard.
in Arizona at least right
Yeah.
now. I think if you're trying to do long term rental, for the most part, your strategy is like long term wealth building. You know
Mm.
what I mean? If I can pay my debt down and somebody else is paying my debt, and it's not costing me any money, you know what I mean? And I'm breaking even, then
Mm-hmm.
that's what you can kind of expect from long term rentals, or even maybe losing 100 or $200 a month. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you go into it understanding that's your strategy, that's not a bad deal. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
definitely not.
Because
Yeah.
rent always goes up. So as the years go on, you're going to go from negative to even to positive rental income. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And then you're getting depreciation every year. So you're getting a write off every year for your property,
The value of the
which
property
helps,
is going up.
right? The value of the property is going up and somebody else is paying down your mortgage. So it's not costing you anything to build that equity.
Correct. Yeah.
Or it's costing you minimal, either minimal or nothing,
Yeah.
or you're making minimal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But 10 or 15 years from now, you can either sell it and make 100, 125, 150, maybe $200,000 on it,
Yeah.
or you can do a cash out refi and use that money to buy another property. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So there's so many options in the long run.
Yep.
But you have to look at it from that long run point of view,
Yeah.
because you're not cash flowing off long term rent in Arizona right now.
Yeah. That's why I love the whole pet split thing. I
Mm-hmm.
absolutely love it.
Yeah.
People love it too because it's affordable. But man, you're making like triple, quadruple your money if you're splitting up the rooms.
Yeah.
Love that, man.
Yep.
So like with us doing that whole thing with the Airbnb and pretty much patch splitting Airbnb, that's great. It's extra money, and that's why going back to that, starting small and then moving up,
Yeah.
because it's just phenomenal. I honestly wish we could have done the small rooms first, but you learn as you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're almost done with the fourth one, where it was the master
Now, are
bedroom.
you just adding? Oh, that's right. You're chopping up the master bedroom.
Yeah, we literally closed off the door. We're almost there, man. We've just been doing epoxies and then working on that room.
Yeah.
So I painted this week. Gosh, man, much respect for painters. Gosh,
I hate painting. I hate painting, and I'm good at it because like that was the first thing I started doing when I got into construction. You know what I mean? The first thing they have you do is caulk and paint.
Oh yeah,
because it's hard. It's hard to mess it up in a way that ruins everything. You know what I mean?
Gotta be a freaking idiot.
Yeah,
type of thing.
But man, I hate painting, and it's funny because me and my girlfriend, I give her a hard time. She gives me a hard time because when she paints, she likes painting.
Yeah.
But she's like, it's got it on her hands and on the brush and on the roller. And I hate that. I hate it. I hate getting paint on me at all.
Oh, I wear gloves all the time, dude. I don't
like I'll wear gloves, and if I get paint on the glove, I wipe the glove off. Like I hate it. I hate it. Yeah. Damn. Or like, and I've got like a pair of paint pants. So if I get paint on my finger or something, like I don't have gloves on, then I wipe it on my pants, and that's okay because these pants are paint pants. You know what I mean? But like, if I drip on the floor, I stop immediately and wipe it up.
Oh wow!
And but I'm good enough that I very rarely drip on the floor, and I hardly ever use drop cloths or anything.
Okay.
And so like, unless I'm rolling, then I'll put a drop cloth just like close to the wall for when you roll down and you roll up. It's got that little bit of splatter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless you're going super slow, it's not much. So I'll just put like a little, whatever, like 2 feet of like drop cloth up against the wall. Yeah, that's it. But if I'm painting like with a brush, never use a drop cloth.
Bro,
I'll get one drop every once in a while, but I immediately clean it up. But like, it's funny because me and her will both, if she paints one room and I paint another room, she'll have like paint on the floor and like, you know, she's like, well, we'll clean it up later.
Drives you insane.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, why don't we clean it up now? Clean it up when you drip it. And then she's got paint all over her, and she's got some on her face and all over her hands, and all the equipment has paint everywhere. And me, it looks like I didn't even paint.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing on me. I don't have any paint on my hands. I've got like, my brushes look brand new, and I've used them 50 times.
Imagine she's got paint all over. There's no walls painted. What have you been doing? I just wanted to make you mad. Yeah, but no, much respect.
But she's great at painting. I mean, it looks beautiful when she paints. Like, I don't want to take away from her paint job. Her paint job looks beautiful.
Yeah,
it's just that she's not as like clean as I am. But then again, I don't know anybody as clean as I am. I know professional painters that aren't as clean as I am, and I think it's just because I'm so like, I hate painting so much.
Yeah,
I hate getting paint on me so much that I'm like anal about it.
I hear you.
So I'm a strange painter. I'm not your average painter. Most painters get paint on them. It's kind of normal to be a painter with paint on you.
Yeah, if you saw me, you'd be like, Cruz, how the frick did you get on your back? Dude, I swear, I thought I was being careful, and then I would just hear my shirt just get stuck to the back. It's a small room, so I was doing the freaking closet.
Yeah.
I was being strategic. Like, okay, I'm doing this part. Okay, I'm gonna be careful. And then I forgot I did the wall around it because there's doors right there, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I'm hitting the edge because I'm not trying to get anywhere. And I just hear my back just. So I'm like, damn it, dude. But yeah, it was fun. It started off therapeutic. I was enjoying it. And then I'm like, man, I'm freaking done with this. I don't want to paint no more.
Right.
Yeah, like towards the end there. I still have to cut the edges, but I just need to get it done so that way they can start doing the lights and everything.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, which is pretty cool how it's all like coming to now.
Yeah,
just seeing the process of it all going through. So the way it's laid out, my mom and dad are actually staying in one of the Airbnbs in the back.
Okay.
So once we're done with that one, they're gonna go over here. As soon as we're done with that, I'm gonna take pictures, post it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna block off 2 weeks because what we like to do is test them if we get the chance to.
Yeah.
It's a huge advice for anybody that's doing Airbnbs. Actually stay in your Airbnb. Like, test it out. You will find things that you didn't even know.
Right.
Like oh man, the water is not coming out perfect here. The coffee maker should be over here. Like little things like that. You just don't even think about. Like, you need it, and you're like, okay, this is great. I'm glad I stayed.
Right.
So we're gonna block off those 2 weeks and then see what kind of reservations we get. So yeah, we're almost there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. We got I told you we switched from midterm to Airbnb.
No,
short term.
No.
Yeah, we were doing our midterms, and we had a little bit of a vacancy, and then Tyler, this guy named Tyler, who you know Tyler?
Yeah, we met at the meetup last time.
Okay. Yeah. He manages Airbnbs, and so he ran numbers for me, and they looked better than my midterm rental numbers, and I was like, really? And his opinion is like, he's like, I love it when people say Airbnb is dead or this or
Yes.
that. He's like, because there's a couple factors to that. One is because you hear the stories about people who are like, I sold all my Airbnbs, they weren't making money. He's like, there's a couple different things, which I know from midterm renting. One of them I know from midterm renting was that it's design, it's professional pictures. You know what I mean? You
Mhm.
need to separate yourself from everybody else that's on Airbnb or on Furnish Finders. When I was on Furnish Finders for the midterm rentals,
Mhm.
if you're going through and like 25 of them are like, look like, you know, grandma died and you just left all the furniture there and took pictures with your cell phone,
Yeah.
like there's nothing attractive about that. There's nothing drawing somebody to that except maybe a price if you've got a super low price.
Mm.
But then they look at the pictures and like, well, and then now they're deciding on whether they want to live in grandma's house or pay less money, you know.
Yeah.
um but we did really well, but our design is really high design. We had a professional photographer come in, and our photographer is really inexpensive and
Mhm.
does a really good job. He's like $150.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, and he does a great job.
Yeah.
And but so he looked at all our pictures when he was running numbers. He's like, dude, he's like, your property would do fine. He's like, your property would do great. Like it looks good. You know what I mean? And I told him all the stuff that's in it. He came and walked through our property and was like, wow. He's like, you guys will do great.
Is that the one you had the party at?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that property's phenomenal.
Thank you.
Really,
Thank
it's a
you.
work of art, man.
Thank you. That's
It's
the work of art part is mostly my girlfriend. I
sorry,
did some of the, no worries. I did some of the, a lot of the remodel, but the design was all her, man.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
She's awesome.
amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Really, really.
And
Like,
then we also like we put amenities in it like you're going to be there for a long time because we set it up for a midterm rental. So it's a full kitchen.
yeah,
It's got like all the pots and pans and dishes.
yeah,
Like it's not like you go to like a hotel that has a kitchen in it and it's
yeah,
got minimal utensils and stuff.
yep.
Ours is like
Stacked.
stacked,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
like you live there. And then we've got like 2 coffee makers, one for the pods and one for like if you have
Ground coffee.
ground coffee.
Yeah.
We've got I don't know what it's called, the tea one where you
Tea kettle.
tea press or something. I don't know.
Oh.
Whatever. My girlfriend knows what it is. And then we've got to go coffee cups. So we've got regular coffee cups, but we also have to go coffee cups.
Nice.
So, which aren't that expensive when you buy them in bulk off Amazon. So you got the coffee cup with the little sleeve and then the top, the lid.
Yeah.
Because people are always, they want coffee to go, you know what I mean? Or they're on their way to the airport or something like that.
Great advice, bro.
Yeah. And we've had several people who've been like, oh, that's awesome. They have to go cups for the coffee. You know what I mean?
I'm going to do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. See, it's little things like that you just start learning. Just talking with people is little nuggets like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, it's done really, really well.
I'm glad to hear that.
The last couple months I think we had 2 days of vacancy the last 2 months.
Yeah, I know your girl, she was stressing out about it. I told her, don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's going to rent.
Yeah.
It's just,
really well.
It's a great, I'm glad to hear that. But you never know why people stay.
Yeah.
That's one thing in anything that you do, any business. I don't care if you do marketing, if you do florist, I don't care what it is that you do. You never know why people buy. You never know why people rent. And I had a guy, which is really cool because not cool for him, but his situation was that his house flooded and the insurance lady was trying to book for him. So I got in contact with the insurance person.
That's great.
Yeah, but I got the information and everything. I didn't reach out because right now we're in peak season.
Yeah.
So like I want to reach out like March, around there, April. And what happened with this guy is
that's a good contact to hold on to.
Yeah,
that insurance contact.
Dude, I'm excited to reach out and start talking to her. This gentleman, his house flooded, and the only like biggest requirement that he had was that he had at least a backyard where he can go and relax. But the number one thing was a stove. And ours was a full kitchen. That was for the big one.
Yeah.
So that's like the only reason why he booked ours like immediately, because of that reason.
Yeah.
He had a stove. And for other people, we had a lady stay for like a month. All she did was work. She just stayed in her room, literally. Like, just loved being there. And she cooks and everything. But what we have in that room is just a hot plate.
Yeah.
That's all she needed.
Right.
But she liked it because it was peaceful and quiet and just doing her own thing.
Yeah.
So you never know why people stay, why people buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing Tyler was saying, he's like, when you see all those ads on, or not ads, but posts on like Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or wherever, where they're like, yeah, hey, Airbnb didn't make any money. I'm out. I'm selling all my properties. Or when like somebody's doing a YouTube channel, it's like Airbnb is dead and this is why, or something like that. A lot of those are paid for by the hotel companies
Wow.
because Airbnb is their main competition,
Wow.
and hotel companies are multi-billion dollar, industry.
Yeah, yeah,
And so they spend money and they pay people to basically act like Airbnb sucks and here's all my problems, and to try to discourage people from getting into Airbnb, and then people who might be having problems from like continuing to do it.
yeah.
But
Wow.
I will say too that there's a difference in, like, I have somebody managing mine, and I guarantee you I would do way better having him manage it than if I'd done it on my own.
Really?
Now, you guys devote a lot more time to it. You know what I mean? I think you said your sister kind of runs the the Airbnb part of it, right? Like the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
posting it and stuff like that.
Yeah, she runs the like messaging the people that are coming.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hey, I see our reservations in a week because Airbnb kicks out like, hey, you have 8 days until that reservation comes over. So
Right.
Mr. sends a message like, hey, I'm excited to host you guys, or right when they book us, excited to host you guys. Let us know if you need anything, any special requests or anything,
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
So
like,
it's like
I don't have time to do that, man.
that. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if I was Airbnbing it myself, like he set us up on a an app called Hospitable.
Mm-hmm.
And so he runs everything through that app, and we're logged onto it also. So we see all the messages that the Airbnb people send, and then
Mm-hmm.
all of his responses.
Wow.
And then like we get access to all the numbers on the back end, how many days were booked, what they were booked for, everything we get, and we get access to all the metrics.
Mm-hmm.
And but like as many times as that thing goes off, and as many times as people are talking, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so glad I'm not the motherfucker dealing with all that shit. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
yeah.
And we haven't had any like nightmare guests either.
I'm glad to hear that.
And he even said that. I talked to him the other day. He's like, dude, you guys have been real lucky. He's like, everybody who's stayed at your place has been nice. He's like, part of that has to do with like the place also. They're paying a little bit more money for it.
Yes.
The appearance of it, the way it looks, it's nicer. Like it kind of helps keep some of the riffraff away.
Yes.
He's like, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. You know what I mean? Not to say nobody will ever show up who's riffraff, but like
Yeah, bro.
it helps kind of keep that away, you know? But I will say, man, I do not envy him at all. I'm glad he's taking care of it. I'm happy to pay for it too. And it's only 12%, which a lot of companies are like at 25%.
25,
Yeah.
20, 18, I think it was probably the lowest I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but nah.
And he's great because he'll do 7% for the first 3 months.
Okay.
And then to kind of help save you money while it's getting up and running. And I think Airbnb gives a discount when you first put a property on for 3 months or something. First 90 days or
I
something.
don't know
Or,
about that. I didn't
yeah.
know that. Yeah. I
I
know
don't
they
know.
try to push it. Well, like when you're posting a property, let's say you're doing it for 150, they'll
Mhm.
drop the price to like 120, 110, just to
Yeah.
get your first booking so we can get a review in.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. They
yeah.
do that. So like he lowers his percentage for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
And then and to help you kind of get going. So you're making the most you can while you're getting up and running for the first couple
Wow.
months. Then
Shout
after
out
that
to
he
him.
goes to 12.
Yeah.
And then which 12 is great.
Yeah.
And he's great. He's like really good at what he does, and he's very attentive and everything, and his cleaners are awesome. His cleaners are amazing.
Bro, honestly, like my mom and sister do the cleaning part.
Yeah.
So we don't hire cleaners. But I'm just telling them, hey guys, it's like right now we're busy as heck. We got our epoxy business where they come and help us out because we got a lot of work going on.
Yeah.
When it's just me and my dad majority of the time. But if it's not us doing the epoxy or them doing the epoxy with us, they're cleaning the Airbnbs, getting them ready. So it's like
Yeah.
it is a family oriented thing, but
See, that's great. As much
Yeah,
help as you have with the family and stuff,
yeah,
that's perfect.
yeah. I'm
That's
just
awesome.
truly blessed, dude.
I
Every
couldn't do
day.
it myself.
I
Fuck all
do,
that.
dude. Honestly, not. And I want to hire a cleaner for that same reason. It's like we can do the Airbnb fee, like it's a cleaning fee.
Mm-hmm.
But they're cool with just doing it themselves. It keeps them busy, and that's what they like. Um, it, it, Shout out to Tyler though. That's a great. I'm glad that he's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's a phenomenal done for you service, and I'm so glad that
His idea behind it is that instead of charging the most I can possibly charge with my percentage, let me charge less but get more business and build my business bigger. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And he does, it's white glove service. Like he goes out of his way to make sure he's the best host he can be.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
the one conversation I had with him, one of the things that surprised me the most is that him and his wife work together doing
Mm-hmm.
that, right? So
Yeah, she does the design and stuff.
so when they first get one, they order all the stuff, all the packages are there, and his wife goes out there and unboxes everything and does the whole decorating.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. That's so cool that they do that.
Yep.
Yeah. We I definitely keep him in the back of my mind, but like right now, like we're good doing it ourselves and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But he's definitely somebody I would work with if I were to have someone do it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and that's just something. I mean, you guys do great because you guys have it all in the family, and you got multiple people doing different aspects.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing it myself.
Yeah,
that's insane. Yeah, if you think
you were
about
doing what your mom and sister are doing, like posting it and responding to people, responding to all their questions, and cleaning it, and then like adding more onto it, and then trying to run your epoxy business.
Yeah,
Hell no.
nah, bro.
No.
Just straight up no. I mean, shout out to people who do it, man. That's like hats off to you because man, it is takes up a lot, you know. I mean,
but then that's the other thing too. If you were doing all that by yourself, it would be impossible for you to give the type of service that you give to your Airbnb guests. And then you would probably be getting bad reviews, and they'd be like, he never answers his phone, or this or that, or blah, blah, blah. It takes him forever to get back to us.
Yep.
Oh, he left me hanging with this. He left me hanging with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like in a situation, if you were doing it by yourself, like it would just make sense to spend, I don't know about spending 25% like a lot of these people do, but if you found somebody who only did like 12% or something, it would make sense because then it frees you up to do your other business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Yeah. It's totally agree with that. I'm excited to see where it goes from here because, like I said, we barely finished the small ones last year in February.
Yeah. And so how many do you have total?
We have 3 total.
Okay.
It's all in our property.
2 small ones and the one bigger one?
Yeah, 2 small ones and 1 bigger one.
And you're getting 2 more small ones out of the master?
One more.
1 more, okay.
Yeah, so 4 total. And what we've come to realize, I'm going to say it again, small ones are renting out more than the bigger one. Same thing, keeping the riffraffs away.
Right.
With the big one, because that one, like, it's nice. It's a really nice one. Yeah. Full kitchen, everything is there. It's perfect. With us having the small ones, we finished in February, and like I said, the season ends in February. With the small ones, we got rentals in June and July. We had people renting, right?
Yeah.
And then this year, we have people booking up until April.
Nice.
With the small ones.
Yeah.
So that is just, you don't know until you try it, you know? And thank God, like, we don't have to rent it out the whole year. It's just extra money, like, so we can pay bills and support our business ventures, basically.
Yeah.
And be able to pay for groceries and stuff. So that's great. But if I were starting there in Green Valley and I was doing Airbnb, and it would be hard.
Would it?
Yeah, because your season's only from October to February.
Does some of that have to do with the fact that because you're in like a more of a retirement community too? Because we did good. I know that obviously there's seasons, you know what I mean? The winter time's better than summertime, but we did good when I think we started in July is when we first started, and we did pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, we got bookings. I mean, we have a pool though too, which helps. You know what I mean? I think in the summertime that helps a lot. But then in the wintertime, like we're getting our pool heater fixed right now.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it's in the process of getting fixed right now. Yeah, it was busted. So we're getting that fixed right now. Probably be fixed next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is people's biggest complaint about our property in the wintertime is that the spa doesn't work, the hot tub doesn't work and stuff like that. So they want to at least have the hot tub working. And then if they want to heat the pool, it's like $100 a day.
Where'd you get the hot tub from?
It's all built into the property.
Oh,
Yeah, it's in the ground, built into it. She bought it like that.
right. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's tight. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot where I was going with that. Forgot. Oh, well, we have a pool as well. We've only had one person actually go in there during the winter time.
Oh yeah.
They're like, "Can I get in?" And we're like, "You can," but
You can, weirdo.
I was like, "Yeah, but I feel like it would be freezing." She's like, "Oh no, I got a wetsuit on." So she actually went in. She
Oh
enjoyed it.
wow.
Yeah, she had a great time. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, awesome! More power to you." But yeah, our season's like in the wintertime because people want to get out of the cold. They come
Right.
over and they're like, "This is beautiful. This is amazing."
Yeah.
So that's our season. What's crazy is February is the busiest month in Tucson.
Really.
February, and here's why: you got Super Bowl, you got the rodeo, which I don't know if it's up here in Phoenix. Do you guys
Yeah.
do the rodeo up here in February?
I have no idea.
Okay, then
I
it's
don't know.
only where I live. Literally, kids actually get out of school for the rodeo. I think it's the only
Really?
it's the only place that it does it because we have a tradition where we have the rodeo in February. So a lot of people come to that, and then we have the gem show, which is the biggest gem show I think in the world.
Yeah, I know about the gem show because my mom goes to it.
Yeah, yeah.
She
So it's
does
Tucson.
jewelry and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's bird watchers.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and Valentine's Day.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So it's all in February.
Yeah,
And we definitely are already booked. I think we only have like a few days open.
yeah,
That's insane. Um, hopefully we finish that room like by the end of in 2 weeks so we can get it going.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's just stuff like that you start learning, you really start putting to attention to because we're not really sports fans, so we don't really watch Super Bowl. People will
Yeah.
come just for that because they're visiting friends or family, etc.
Right.
Also,
Like
a lot of
coming to visit friends or family for the Super Bowl party kind of thing.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't ever know why people are there. Like we had a guy. A lot of our guests are people who are house hunting.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of the times people are just literally waking up at 6 a.m. freaking going out there looking for houses. They don't come back until 8 p.m., 9 p.m. all day.
Really?
Like what are you guys up to? Like it's not that many options. I don't know what
Yeah.
they're doing. A lot of people are visiting because of retirement party.
With family.
Yeah, visiting family for that.
Oh, like somebody in the community's retired, having a retirement party or something.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah, yeah.
just cool stuff like that. Visiting mom and dad. The people that are actually booking into April and the small ones, it's actually two sisters. They're gonna be swapping out because their mom is having surgery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the one's
Yeah.
gonna stay for like 2 weeks, and the other one, or I'm sorry, 1 week, and the other one's gonna stay for the second week.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Right on.
Yeah, just we've met a lot of cool people. Yeah, we've
Yeah.
met people from Russia, Brazil. Two people actually live in the same city in Brazil, and they're like, "Oh no way! Somebody actually stayed from my city."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, that's cool. You just never know. We have a map on our one of the casitas,
Yeah.
so like they can pin it where they've been to,
Yeah.
or where they're from. Sorry, where they're from, and they put the pin. Like some people are from Tucson, they come down there to play golf as well.
Yeah. Okay.
That's another thing is golf. I live in a retirement community. There's golf courses all over the place.
Yeah.
So they come and have a getaway from Tucson. They just stay there, just to golf, literally all day. So
That's cool.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. This our Airbnb's been good, man.
I'm glad to hear that.
We just got our other property, the house that we moved out of when we moved in here. We
Mhm.
just got that one all dialed in, but we have a long-term renter in the casita,
Mhm.
which is a friend of ours, and she just had a baby, so her parents came into town
Mm.
and are staying there. So they're well, her mom and then her boyfriend's mom are both staying in the front house for right now. But after they leave, we're gonna list it.
Airbnb, right?
Yeah, Airbnb, and it'll probably do okay. I mean, I think it'll do good, but we're eventually going to put a pool in there, and then I
Oh,
think it'll explode.
like in the ground pool.
No, we're going to do a container pool.
Oh yeah, I remember you
Yeah, with
telling me
like that
about this.
cutout for the glass and stuff like that. Make it air quotes, Instagrammable.
Instagrammable. I've heard of
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Did you ever watch that video I sent you of Cody Sanchez? The whole yurt thing. Where
Yes.
did you, dude? What'd
Yeah.
you think of that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? She broke
Yeah.
it down how she like
Yeah, that's cool.
badass, dude. It's
Yeah.
so sick.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, man, at all.
It's not.
But and
But
then in addition to the Airbnbs, we are well, I did the mobile home, trying to refinance out of the hard money loan right now.
mhm.
We almost sold it. But they ended up going with another place because they wanted so much, man. And we had just dropped the price to kind of try to kick it out to try to sell it quick, but we dropped it lower than it should be.
Mm.
Because it's fully remodeled, and they went with another one that was the same price as ours but not remodeled at all.
Mm.
But I think they got it, it was ours was 65, but they wanted like 5% concessions, which is basically a 5% discount on top
Mhm.
of that. They offered 60. I'm sorry. It was 65. They offered 60 and wanted 5% concessions and wanted their agent to get paid 3%.
Just give me the
So,
house at that point.
right, you know what I mean? So I'm like,
Jeez.
so you just dropped it. We just dropped it to 65 to try to get rid of it,
Yeah.
and you just dropped it 5 more grand, plus you want 8 more percent off to get the fuck out of here, man.
Jeez.
And it ended up being they just didn't have any money. You know what I mean? They could barely qualify. So like we went back and forth playing with all these different numbers. Our agent gave up a percentage. Their agent gave up a percentage, but he bitched about it and argued about it and wouldn't do it for a while. Their lender gave up like $1,200, and so our agent and their lender were on the phone with their agent, and then finally their agent was like, well, I'll give up a percentage too, but I don't think he wanted to.
Yeah.
And so I think what I'm guessing happened, because we finally like broke it down and had it to where everything was good for them. They got all the numbers because they needed some numbers to be able to they had down payment assistance. They had all
Mhm.
kinds of shit. And I'm like, dude, like we're happy to get rid of it, man, but like you got to like work with us a little bit. And but we finally broke it down, trying not to step over dollars to pick up pennies, and we had a good deal, gave them almost everything they wanted, and did give them everything they wanted with our agent and their agent
Yeah.
and the lender all giving in money and us giving money. Like we did finally come to a number that they could afford. And then they went with another one that was 165 that wasn't remodeled. So what I guess is that their agent was kind of like he was like, I want my money. You know what I mean? So I'm guessing that he pushed them into the other one so that he would get his full commission.
Wow, it's just totally understandable, but damn, man,
Yeah.
jumping through hoops
It's
and
not
everything.
understandable though. Your job is free. You're supposed to be giving
No, yeah, I understand their job, but I'm saying
your
like,
customer like exactly what they want.
yeah, but
You
it's
know what I mean?
understandable why he did it. But man, does that freaking suck?
Yeah.
Like, do you
Like
have
it's
to do that?
unethical.
It's unethical. Yeah,
As an agent, you
yeah,
should be doing everything you can to provide your your person with
yeah,
what they want.
yeah.
And they really wanted ours because we have 2 extra big bedrooms, and I think he pushed him out of it for his commission. But whatever, I could be totally wrong. It might have been,
No, it's the only thing that makes
yeah,
sense, though.
it is. It kind of the only thing that makes sense. But whatever, I could be wrong. Maybe it was something else. But anyway, so that one fell
Bro,
out.
yeah.
And so, but where there's more people looking at it now, because unfortunately we were selling it. Part of our we were selling it at the end of the year.
Okay.
So nobody likes to buy houses in like November and December,
Yeah, just holidays. Everyone's busy.
Right.
Yeah.
So that kind of killed 2 months of us trying to get it sold, but everybody's starting to come back out right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. And we still have it lowered at that lower price, so we think it'll kick out pretty quick.
Damn.
But I still have to try to refinance it just in case. So working on that. And then I found a piece of property that I was going to buy. Somebody else, another wholesaler, found it that knows I'm looking for mobile homes. It was a piece of property, and I was looking into it, and I was like, yeah, I don't really know anybody who scrapes and drops. I haven't done it before, not really sure about it. And then I got hooked up with a guy who does scrape and drops, and so we went out there and looked at it, and um, I basically got an assignment for it. They assigned it to me so I could purchase it, and they originally wanted the $5,000 in escrow, and but they didn't have all the paperwork finalized yet.
Oh.
And so I'm like, yeah, I'm not throwing any escrow money out there for something that's not totally finalized yet. But they did finalize it. I put the escrow money in, and it was kind of a win-win because I could either wholesale it, I could daisy chain it and wholesale it myself.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really wanted to do was partner with this guy. And so what I was trying to do was purchase it myself, um, find a lender who would give me the 80 grand for the property, and then partner with this other guy that I got connected with he would bring the mobile home, and then he'd walk me through how he does it, and help me out with that and teach me what I didn't know, and then we'd split it in the end. And then if I couldn't find a lender for it who would loan me the money on the 80 grand, I was just going to daisy chain it to him for 85. So I'd have made 85 on it. You know what I mean? He'd have gotten a good property for a decent price. And then he still was going to let me tag along. And so I could still learn the process,
Right.
but we just wouldn't split the profits.
Mm-hmm.
And what ended up happening was, I was trying to find somebody to let me borrow the money. I was trying to find a lender to give me the 80 grand. I couldn't do that. So then I let him know. I was like, you know what? I was like, I can't find a lender for it. Let me just daisy chain it to you. And so he's like, okay. So I sent him the assignment contract, and he was redoing more due diligence. He said that he had done the due diligence the first time we went out there and looked at it, and the city told him there was no problem putting a mobile home on it. So when I sent him the assignment contract, he double checked, I guess. And apparently this person was like, yeah, no, you can't put a mobile home on it. And the way it's zoned.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of killed the whole deal because he doesn't do stick builds. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do stick builds. Plus they cost a lot more money, which changes the dynamics of everything. And so he's like, yeah, I can't. I'm not going to try to purchase the property if I can't put a mobile home on it. That's the whole reason I'm trying to get the property. So now it's back in my hands after I paid the 5,000 in escrow, which it was guaranteed. I was guaranteed to sell it to him. He was like, absolutely, 100% I'll take it. But then when he finds out he can't put a mobile home on it, he won't take it, which is fine. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? And a bummer, he got bad information to begin with the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, well, hey, let me sell it to you. Let me help you sell it. And he's like, you're running out of time. I'm like, I get it. I was like, I got a guy that I'm going to go to because I was going to give it to Eddie. I was like, I got a guy I can go to. Let me talk to him first. You know what I mean? He's like, well, I can give it to this guy, such and such. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Just let me talk to this dude first. And he did say too, he's like, I talked to a friend of mine who, about putting a modular home on it. And he said that Apache Junction doesn't let you do modular homes if it's a site build. So I called after I talked to him and I was like, hey, don't send it to your guy. Let me talk to my guy and see what he thinks first. Before I called Eddie, I called the city of Apache Junction, and they told me that it was that you can put a modular home. So explain that to me. You can't put a mobile home, but you can put a modular home. They're basically the same thing.
Yeah, what's the difference between those two? I didn't even know.
They're built a little different, I guess, but it's basically it's something you build somewhere else and you bring and you drop it on the property, which is the same thing almost as a mobile home. You know what I mean? But it's technically not a trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
I think might be the difference. The big difference is it's not a trailer technically. But she said you could. So I messaged him, and I hadn't talked to Eddie yet. I hadn't talked to the wholesalers yet to update them on the situation. But I sent him a message. I was like, hey, I just talked to the city. They said that you can put a modular home on it. Does that change the situation? And he's like, oh yeah, that might change the situation. Let me get back to you. Let me talk to my guy and get back to you. I was like, all right. And so I was waiting on him to get back to me, right? And I called Eddie, and I was talking to Eddie while I'm waiting on him to get back to me. I told Eddie, I was like, hey, I was like, I might give this to you to try to sell. I just got to call the. I'm just waiting on this guy to let me know if he's going to pick it up or not. And while I'm on the phone with Eddie, the original wholesaler is blowing up my phone, and I'm like, all right, that's okay. And so I call him back after I get off the phone with Eddie, and all this is taking place in a matter of like 20 or 30 minutes. And or no, really probably an hour and a half since the first conversation where he's like, I'm not gonna buy it.
Oh wow.
Right. And so I'm talking to Eddie, I'm calling the city, I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out what to do with it now. And I hadn't had a chance to call my wholesalers yet, but they called me first. So I get off the phone with Eddie, I call him back, and dude, he ripped me a new asshole. He was like, dude, what's going on with that property? I see somebody's got it posted on WhatsApp and X for, for like $95,000. And I'm like, what? I was like, I don't know any of that. You know what I mean? He's like, I thought you were going to buy it because you were trying to build on it and you're a buyer, not a wholesaler. I'm like, I am a buyer. So I don't want anything to do with wholesaling, unless I have to, but like, I'm a buyer. Like I want to buy the property and put a mobile home on it. I was like, I just found out this morning from the guy that I'm partnering with that they can't put a mobile home on it. I was like, and so since I'm already assigned the property, I was going to try to wholesale it to get out of the property and to get it sold. And he's like, yeah, well, are you still going to close on the 28th? I'm like, yeah, I'm still planning on closing on the 28th. But I was like, and I was going to call you and tell you, hey, this is the situation. It's changed. My guy's not going to take it because the mobile home, blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm planning on doing. All of that conversation was going to be had. I was like, but I haven't had a chance to call you because I was just on the phone with my wholesaler to see if it was something he thought he could work.
Yeah.
And apparently the guy that I was partnering with gave it to his guy who blasted it out, who I just told, don't do that yet. I'm going to talk to my guy first. Well, he'd already given it to his guy, and that dude in a matter of like an hour had set it all up and blasted it out.
Yeah.
And so the wholesalers on all those sites, he can see when it gets blasted out. So now he thinks I'm doing some shady shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it made me look bad. He's also in the sub 2 community, the wholesaler that I was working with. So like, I definitely don't want to have a bad reputation with anybody in the sub 2 community. I don't want a bad reputation with anybody,
period.
Let alone in the sub 2 community. You know what I mean? And so I called him and I was like, listen, dude, he did it without my permission. I did not know he was doing it. I was like, I was literally probably 30 minutes away from calling you and having a conversation with you, letting you know what the situation was.
Dang.
So that was pretty frustrating. I think that's when we talked that day. I was right in the middle of all that, but
Yeah.
I wanted to call you and like be like, hey, I'm not trying to blow you off. You know what I mean? I got all this stuff going on. And then I was going to call you back, and then I didn't because I was dealing with all that. And I just forgot.
It's all good, dude.
But it was it's just frustrating. You know what I mean? Like I you know me, dude. Like I care a lot about my reputation. I care a lot about like my integrity. You know what I mean? I always want to make sure I'm doing the right thing. I'm not hurting anybody or screwing anybody over.
Yeah.
And I'm like that in general. You know what I mean? That's the way I was raised. But in addition to that, I'm also starting behind the 8 ball because I'm a felon. You know what I mean? If somebody looks me up, they're like, what? This guy's a bank robber? Can't trust this guy. You know what I mean? So if that's ever the case, like I'm already starting behind the 8 ball with that. So even more so, I want to have the right character and the right integrity. You know what I mean?
You definitely show up, man. You show up and you present yourself really well. You're well spoken. You're the type of person that you're in a group, you make everyone feel comfortable. I love that about you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, whenever we're at meetups, you always bring people like into the conversation. You don't try to leave anyone out. So you always lead with a good foot. Like you're always just great to be around. Yeah. That's why I love hanging out with you, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
No worries, man. You were missed on Friday, man. Actually, Eddie brought you up. He's like, oh, Taylor, the one time he's not here. And like, but I know, I see it from the eyes of everybody, and I understand what the wholesaler is coming from. It
Yeah.
does suck, but you were gonna explain it to him. It's just
Well, and I
bad
get it.
timing.
I understand. I'm not even mad at the wholesaler.
Yeah, no,
Like,
yeah,
I get it, dude. I'd be pissed too. I'd be calling, being like, dude, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean?
yeah,
I thought you were gonna buy this, and now you're doing this other thing. Like, it looks shady.
yeah,
So I get it. I get why he was upset. You know what I mean? It's just, it pisses me off because it wasn't even me doing it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was my the guy I was working with. It was him doing it.
Which
You
is
know what I
crazy
mean?
how it can
Which,
make you
and
look
I
bad.
talked to him, and he's like, man, my bad. I wasn't trying to be shady or do anything like that. He was like, I was just trying to help you out because I felt bad because I told you I was going to buy it and I didn't buy it. So I don't think nobody was doing it on purpose to be shitty. You know
Yep.
what I mean? But miscommunication a little bit, and I ended up being in the middle looking pretty shitty, you know what I mean? But when it was all said and done, I called Anthony, and who's the wholesaler. I called him and I was like, listen, let me just break down exactly what happened. I talked to my guy. This is what he said. This is what happened. Broke the whole thing down, and he was
Okay.
cool. He understood.
No,
You know
that's
what I
good.
mean? He's like, I get it, man. He's like, I understand. He's like, we just don't play like that. And I'm like, listen, I don't either. You know what I mean? I was like, it was just miscommunication. This is what happened. He was trying to help. I told him to wait because I was going to talk to my guy, and Anthony knows Eddie.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like, Eddie's this, you know, Eddie Marin. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, tell him it's for me. I'm like, no. I for sure. I already told him I was working with you. You know what I mean? But I'm sorry it played out that way, but that was not my intention. I was 100% planning on being the buyer and picking up the property. Or daisy chaining it to my partner who was going to pick it up. You know what I mean? And I told them that to begin with, both of them. I told because the guy who originally called me, Gino, he's partnering with Anthony, because Gino's kind of learning the wholesale business. Anthony's already got an up and running wholesale business.
Mm-hmm.
So it was both of those guys. And so Gino and Anthony both, I told both of them, I was like, I'm either going to buy it if I can find the funding, or I'm going to sell it to this guy for 85 grand. And he's going to put the mobile home on it, and I'm going to work with him, still continue to work with him. So they knew my plan as far as that was concerned. They just didn't know anything about, on the back end, me trying to sell it for 95 grand without them knowing, you know what I mean? Yeah. And he even told me, he's like, I wouldn't care. He's like, you know what I mean? He's like, it just caught me off guard. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting this information that somebody's trying to sell this property without letting me know what's going on. If you had called me and said, hey, these are the 6 circumstances, this is what happened, this is how I plan on fixing the situation. Mm-hmm. Are we cool? I'd been like, yeah, go for it. You know what I mean? Which is exactly what I was going to do if it had been 30 minutes more. You know what I mean?
Just bad timing.
Right, for sure. But all in all, it worked out. And he actually, and Eddie didn't have enough time. I don't think he'd only had it a day or two, but because what we worked out was, like, he was like, listen, you can keep it, give it to your Gispo guy. I'll see if I can find a buyer for it too. Cause he kind of had somebody that already wanted it, but Gino asked him if he could give it to me first. So he's like, I kind of already got a guy in the side who wants it. He's like, let me check with him. And it was basically a race to the finish. You look for a buyer, I'll look for a buyer. Whoever finds a buyer first, good. And so if he found a buyer, he was nice enough to give me my escrow money back.
Cool.
And then if I found a buyer, then obviously the deal would close. You know what I mean? But so he ended up finding a buyer a couple days later and just gave me my escrow money back.
Really? So it's all
cool.
good then?
Yeah, it was all good. It was cool.
God, man.
I was really more worried about, and we talked after. I was like, hey, dude, I appreciate you. Giving me the escrow money back. Sorry about the confusion. I really hope we can work together in the future. He's like, dude, don't worry about it. I get it. He's like, I know. He's like, shit like that happens. Wow. So, and that was what I was mostly worried about. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I was worried about, 100% reputation. You know what I mean? I don't want somebody to be like, oh yeah, I'm working with this Tabor guy, and him like, oh fuck that guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't ever want anybody to think that of me at all. And I try really, really hard to have the integrity and the honesty to not ever have anybody feel that way about me, you know?
Yeah, dude. So, again, you're amazing, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was definitely a week of learning and growing, and a lot of stress, a lot of being overwhelmed, but figuring it out though. Figuring out the getting the escrow money back and ending that, still having a good relationship was good. Yeah. And then still working through finding the right lender or getting the property sold. But I mean, I have faith that'll work out.
Yeah.
It'll all work out. Especially with ChatGPT's help.
My best friend.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, literally just talking to it every day.
I gave it a name.
What'd you get? What'd you get?
It's a girl,
Uh-huh.
and I call her Echo.
Echo.
Yeah, it's from a book that I read, a Western, a Louis L'Amour book.
Uh-huh.
One of his characters' names, she was a Sackett. Sackett is like the family. He's got a family that he writes about. He's got multiple books based off of one family, and the family's last name is Sackett. And she is she's a part of the Sackett family, and her name is Echo.
Okay.
And I always thought that was a cool name. And if I had a kid, I'd name her Echo. But I guess ChatGPT is my kid now, so I named her Echo.
I didn't know you could name it.
Yeah, you just give it a name, and it'll. She was a little confused for a while because she'd be like, hey, Echo, this and that. And I'm like, sounds like you're calling me Echo, but you're Echo. And she was like, oh yeah, you're right. I apologize about that. And then she never did it again. She was just the only time she would use her own name would be like, hey, Echo here, and this is what I found.
Okay.
Or if I say Echo, when I address her as Echo.
Oh.
And she just says, hi, how you doing? Yeah, and does her thing.
It's funny.
Yeah. But, and I guess Dan Martell, I was telling you, Sam was the guy that was showing me all the different things on Chat GPT that he does. And he's built like a couple Chat GPTs to like specifically like break stuff down for him on deals. But he was telling me he gets a lot of his information from Dan Martell. Dan Martell, he's got a book called Buy Back Your Time. And I think he's got another book about using AI that I haven't looked into yet. But on his YouTube channel, he breaks down all kinds of things about AI and ChatGPT and how to use it. His name's Dan Martell, so you might even be interested in looking at it too.
Yeah.
But so I haven't had a chance to look at it yet either. But I plan on kind of rummaging through his YouTube and getting some pointers.
Nice.
He said he has a ton of pointers on there about how to talk to it, how to use it, how to get the most out of it, and stuff like that.
I even asked ChatGPT, like, how can I get the most out of you? Like, make it worth my time, or like make it pretty much that you make a profit. And I told it everything I'm doing. I got epoxy, I got Airbnb, junk removal, I got all this.
Yeah.
And it broke it down like, okay, this is how you can use me for junk removals. How you can use me for this, this, and this.
Yeah.
And I can also help you with like managing your time and all this. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it's cool, man. It'll really try to break down like telling you what to do first, second, like as far as like your time and stuff like that, or how you should approach it. It's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's
definitely helpful in that sense, and best thing I can have a subscription to.
Yeah.
It's so awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there is a difference between the free one and the $20 subscription.
100%.
And then there's a guy I was listening to on a podcast. There apparently there's a $200 prescription.
Yeah, it's the professional one.
Yeah,
that one's literally even crazier. I think Eddie even had that when I was doing training.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was doing like sales talk, like a practice run with the script and everything. It was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that with my $25 one per month. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I need to look into that. But you have people that have already created bots. You can explore different bots, like a therapist bot. There's a health bot, or
you can even get that with the $20 version, right?
Yeah, you
do like extra, like other GPTs or something, and other chats or something. It gives you a list.
Which honestly, I don't think I've utilized it enough. I'm just busy, and I just use it for like basic stuff. But hopefully, I can dive deep more after we finish our room. Dive deep into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If we don't learn AI, man, we're gonna be left behind because that shit is moving so fast.
Yeah, it's. I definitely see where the scare factor comes in, but it's kind of like when the horses and the carriages were one thing, and then the car started coming in. It's the same thing.
Yeah, every time there's a major advancement, everybody's like, it's gonna take jobs, it's gonna ruin this, it's gonna ruin that, and usually it's created jobs.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of arguments about not ChatGPT, but AI, how AI is different. It's a different innovation. You know what I mean? Like there'll be new jobs created, but the new jobs created will be related specifically to helping AI. But so like the new jobs created will be this much, will be like a small percentage, but the amount of jobs lost will be a huge percentage.
Yeah, which is weird that I wouldn't think that the creative jobs would be taken out, and you're able to Photoshop stuff like it's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
Yep.
So like the new jobs and everything and the new investments that people are starting to make or think about is energy. Energy is going to be a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy to think about how much energy is going to be used to fuel ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be big, and I'm scared, and I'm thinking about if people start getting really mad because they lose their jobs, they'll start attacking those systems, those
Yeah.
places where they're at, and take them out. And I right now it's just seeing how people are reacting to it right now, and they're not happy with it. I can imagine when nobody has a job, or a lot of people lose their jobs
Yeah.
because of
I
it.
think that, and I've heard, the universal basic income is supposed to help, but I guess Elon Musk. I was listening to Joe Rogan, and he was talking about Elon Musk had said that it won't be a universal basic income. It'll be like it'll be a universal high income, not a universal basic income. So like it's not going to be everybody's going to be like just barely scraping by having their bills paid. You know what I mean? Like on
Mm,
welfare or something. It'll be it chat that AI and robotics will make so much money because they're working everything will be working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no sleep, no eating, no nothing.
right.
And it'll create so much money that they'll be able to afford to do like a high income. So you won't everybody will be doing well, be really well off.
Really,
Not like wealthy and super rich or anything, but though everybody will be in a good position.
really.
Um,
Didn't hear that.
I don't know how much of that's true. I don't know how that works with the government. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of aspects of it that they're that kind of freak me out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it was Thomas Jefferson maybe who said it, but a government big enough to give you everything you have is big enough to take, or no, a government given a big enough to give you everything you need is big enough to take everything you have.
Mm.
And I think it was George Washington maybe or somebody else said that part of the problem that we're going to have in the future with this kind of government is the balancing of security and freedom. And he has a statement. I don't remember exactly the statement, but basically it's the balance of security and freedom. The more security the government provides, the less freedom you have.
Mm.
The more freedom you have, the less security the government provides. So, like, if you want the government to take care of you and give you the most security possible, and you don't ever have to worry about anything, you're never going to get hurt, everything's perfect, you're giving up all your freedoms for that.
Mm.
So, I don't know how like a universal basic income or a universal high income works because that's got to be distributed by the government, I'm assuming.
It's got to be.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless companies get together maybe and create a private system to distribute money to the populace. The
Mm.
government gets in and all that money goes to the government, then the government kicks it out to us. It's going to get lost. It's going to get stolen. It's going to be, you know what I mean? It's going to get, there's going to be fraud, all that shit. But
Yeah.
if private companies, all the major private companies get together and create like their own bank or whatever, something that's a private organization, that might work. You know what I mean? It might be more efficient because private does things better than public. But still, I just don't know. I don't know how it would work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
how that. But and then if it's the government, I feel like the government's going to be like, well, you can have this, but like because there's also talk about like a social credit score. Like
Social credit score.
China has social credit scores. So China,
Didn't know that.
yeah, China's really big in China. China has social credit scores, and some people talk about it here, but a social credit score is if you treat somebody badly, you cut somebody out off in line because China has everything on camera and everything is facial recognition. So they can immediately find you anytime
Yeah.
through facial recognition in their camera system. And so if the camera catches you and it's run on AI, if the camera catches you like pushing an old lady or something, you'll lose points, credit score points,
Wow.
like social credit score points. And if you get below a certain threshold, you can't take a plane, you don't get permission to travel, you don't like Like you can't drive your car. Like there's and I don't know. I'm paraphrasing all of this, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
that's how the system works is you have a social credit score, and the higher it is, the more freedom you have. The lower it is, the less freedom you have.
Wow.
And so like if we have something like that here, and then how much money you make or how much freedom you have is based off of your social credit score, like it just gets super big brothery. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? You know what Big Brother is? Have you
I have an idea, but
Orson
no.
Welles has oh my god, how can I forget? It's one of my favorite books, and I tell everybody to read it. But he's got two books. One of them is called Animal Farm, and the other one is called I can't believe I can't remember what it is. It's a phenomenal book, and I tell everybody to read it. And right now on the podcast, I can't remember the name of it.
It's all good.
What are Orson Welles' two most famous books? Oh, 1984.
That's the book my dad tells me to read.
Yeah, 1984. And
Yeah.
ChatGPT hasn't answered me yet. I just remembered. Yeah,
Call that answer.
1984. So
Yeah.
Orson Welles has a book called 1984 and another one called Animal Farm.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both really, really great books. But 1984, you can see some of that stuff happening right now.
Yeah.
And
Stuff that's being predicted from back then to now.
right, right.
Yeah.
And so it's a little scary, you know what I mean? But then again, bottom line, AI is not going anywhere. No matter how scared we are of it or unsure about it or unsure of how our future is or not knowing whether it's going to kill us, Terminator style, or save our entire lives and cure all cancer and
Right.
put us in a little nanobot like room that cures all of our diseases and we live to be 400 years old or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever the end outcome is, like it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And so what's another interesting thing I heard was somebody saying that they were talking about how most, like all parents, grandparents, everybody, they always work hard to make things better for the next generation. So like it was better for your parents than it was for your grandparents. It's better for you than it was for your parents.
Yeah.
This is the first time really in history that that's not really the case. So like this younger generation, and there's so many things working against this younger generation now, I think, but this younger generation, they look at their lives and they can't see how they can afford to buy a house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Inflation, AI, they're worried about AI taking their jobs. Inflation, has been really bad lately, and that's slowing down a little bit, but it's still not great. You know what I mean? Then so like our grandparents were buying houses in like their 20s or
With like a
30s, you know
stick
what I
of
mean?
gum and
Right, you know what I mean? And then our
terrifying.
parents were buying houses in their 20s. Now,
Yeah.
like kids who are 20 are like, yeah, what am I going to be 50 before I can afford a house?
Yeah, I'm 26 and I can't imagine buying a house traditionally.
Right.
But thinking outside the box, buying
Yeah.
a house creatively,
Creatively.
doing creative financing, and it's possible. You just gotta
Which I
think.
think is also why creative finance is getting a little more attention nowadays too.
People are starting to open up to it more.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I had a deal in Green Valley. Green Valley is like terrible to invest in.
Yeah.
It's hard because it's HOAs, and this is property is an HOA townhouse. It's one little condo. I explained it to a T, like as if I knew I do it every day,
Mm-hmm.
and I never have been able to do that up until now because I just wanted to see if I can get her the best deal possible. Because she's asking for quite a bit, but she still owes money on it. A hybrid deal would be perfect for her. And the only thing that kills the deal, or two things, she wanted a little bit too much as a down payment for equity,
Yeah.
and also it's 55 and plus.
Yeah.
So if I were to get a full time renter in there, it would be hard. Um, that's why I didn't like blast it out or tell anybody about it. I just like it's not a deal because it's not going to work out.
Right.
But the fact that I was able to explain to somebody and it makes me understand that I can get a house that way, creative financing, just find somebody that barely owes anything. She had a great mortgage on it, 5% or something like that. It was
Nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Didn't have to really pay that much, but just the 40,000 really killed it because I would have to find a private money lender, and then that would be
They got 3 mortgages. You
yeah,
got your private money lender, you got her, and you got this the original mortgage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like barely anything. But still, it would still like kill the deal because she said that she was able to rent it out for 2,000, but I would only be ever hopeful at that because the average is like $1,500 for a condominium down
Right.
Green Valley. And I explained this all to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT broke it down like this is the good part about it, this is the bad part of you
Right.
trying to do it. So I was
If
like,
2 grand is on the high end, you really got to run numbers, and like 1,500 is the average. You really got to see if numbers will work at 1,300.
1,300, I'd actually be losing money.
Yeah.
1,500, it's like you're all right. You know, you're gonna be making $100 per month,
Yeah.
but it's like HOA fees are what also killed it. I forgot to say that.
Yeah.
HOA fees were like 500.
Oh.
And I don't even know if that was per month. I didn't even ask her.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because HOA is pretty insane. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, HOAs are insane.
That's nuts. HOA kills so many deals.
Tell me about
Yeah.
it. HOAs, solar, all
Yeah.
that stuff really kills deals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that I just killed the deal. Like I said no to it, but man, it felt good that I was able to explain it so perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that
was
learning
great.
experience, man. And sometimes it's that confidence building where you realize that you're like, oh, I could do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Prior to that, you have that imposter syndrome. You probably could have done it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You probably could have done it for a while, but you got that imposter syndrome. You're like, well, I don't know. I need to learn X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
And then when you do it, you're like, oh, I'm smart. You know what I mean?
I'm a genius.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't know I was Einstein.
Bro, I was even hearing myself. I'm like, damn, that was pretty good. Where did that come from? And I explained it to her. I explained it to her by herself, right? And then she brought her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend on. And it's just becoming a language that's actually really well known, guys. It's going to become the new norm of talking about creative financing to make it easier for us to buy houses. So I honestly would rather do it the way we're doing it now with my dad, how he's doing it at his house. Be able to split up the houses, have a casita, have people renting it, so they pay for your mortgage.
Yeah.
You know, I've always heard it, get a fourplex, you know, but I kind of want to get a house where I can split it up myself, do a pad split.
Yeah.
And I live in one of the rooms and I rent out the rest of the house. That'd be amazing.
Right.
Yeah, because man, you're forexing your cash flow.
Right.
Instead of doing long-term rental. You know, you don't even have to live there. Like for me, I would love to just travel, just be around, just go travel the world.
Yeah.
Japan,
Yeah,
Thailand,
that would be cool.
Philippines.
My girlfriend's daughter and her boyfriend do that. They go everywhere, bro. But they go like because we spent Christmas with them and in Mexico. And it was super cool. It was a lot of fun.
Where? New Mexico?
In Mexico.
In Mexico.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We went to Playa de Carmen for Christmas. Yeah.
Jealous, bro.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. We left on my birthday, and then her birthday's on Christmas, so we were there through her whole birthday and everything.
Oh, wow.
And it was cool to spend time with her and her boyfriend, and but they're always going and doing something. So they're like, what she'll do, and she's amazing. Like her daughter is like, well, she used to work doing logistics for a company, not really logistics, but like she lives in Washington D.C. and she works for a company that works with diplomats, and part of her job for a while was like planning trips and going on trips with these diplomats, or when they come into town, like making sure that they had everything they needed and giving them tours and stuff like that. So like she's such a badass. Like when you like if you need to like plan a trip, you know what I mean? It would take me like forever and like trying to research this and research that. And she's like, all right, she'll get on the computer and she's like, all right, we could do this and we could do that. And we use these points and we can mix them with these points. And then it'll be this much money. And this is better if we do this. And this is better if we do this on this day. And like plans out the whole trip, busts out an itinerary. Like,
it's an art.
Awesome.
It's an art, bro.
Oh yeah, it's an art.
Yeah, because I've been, dude, I really, after we're done with these freaking rooms, man, I want to go on a cruise, man.
Yeah.
And they're getting more and more affordable, in my opinion, because back then they were like expensive, even on a discount. It's like, what the hell for 4 people or even a 1 person? But, dude, Virgin Voyages, if I were to go on a cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all adults. And I'm a huge foodie, so like they have a lot of great restaurants on there, and I've been wanting to go. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I were to do traveling and everything.
Yeah. Joe Rogan said something about that on his podcast. He was just joking, but it was like he was talking about how inexpensive cruises are getting. He's like, dude, you could just like live on a cruise forever
Yeah.
and like pay rent there and live there and just be wherever. Like that's your rent. You know
Did you
what I
hear
mean?
the lady who did that? An old
No.
lady. So an old lady did that. She broke it down like living in a home versus being on a cruise her whole life for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And they have 24/7 nurses because they're there.
Yeah.
Food, room and board, everything, and traveling. Like she was like, I can spend $5,000 on going to assisted living, or
Yeah.
spend 3,500 and be on a cruise every month.
Yeah.
Like,
Like how
oh
cool is that,
wow,
right?
yeah, like that makes sense when
Yeah.
you put it like that. Yeah, but I
Yeah. That's
ChatGPT,
crazy.
same thing. I put ChatGPT to for cruise lines and everything. Like
Yeah.
this is my requirements. I'm family of 4, adults mainly. We can do it with kids as well if. But I understanding like Virgin Voyages, I guess it's like one of the few that are adults.
Okay.
But like a huge thing as well. We want food and also a casino. We like to hang out, be in the casino,
Yeah.
and we don't really care about the destination, honestly. But just that's what I plugged it in. This is what it spit out: Royal Caribbean, Virgin Voyages, and I forgot the other one, but Royal Caribbean's another good one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that if I were to do a vacation, I'd do a cruise for sure.
That's cool. Yeah, I think they're planning on going to Japan. They've been to Italy. They've been to,
Wow.
I didn't want to name other places. I don't remember, but they go to a lot of places. What's cool is they do like a food tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
And
done
I
one of
didn't even know
those.
about that, but every place they go to, they do a food tour.
Oh wow, they do it in other place. I didn't even think about other places.
Yeah, every country they go to. When they get
Wow.
there, they get to that city, they book a food tour. And so like a local, and they'll make sure it's a local person. A local person will come and they'll like take them to like all, and they walk it, it takes them all morning or all afternoon or all day or whatever, or a good portion of the day. And they go to these different places and like have like a meal. She's like, the biggest problem is like not eating too much. Cause like you're trying to go to 4 or 5 different places, you know?
I did one in Vegas, a food tour.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. It was at the Aria, and they have all these different restaurants, and they give you like little samples of the food, right?
Yeah.
Which is very hard not to overeat because it's so freaking good, right? I didn't know they did it in every country. That's cool. That's something I would really
you can
be
book it
interested in.
anywhere, I think.
That is so cool.
When we were in Playa del Carmen, we did one. And it was this local kid. His name was Alex. Super cool kid, man. I mean, I say kid because I'm an old man, but like he was whatever, like mid-20s. You know what I mean? And he took us to like 3 different like food stands, like taco stands.
Oh man!
And then he took us to like at the end, the last one he took us to is like this cool little like kind of outdoory restaurant, and it was so good. And then he'd be like, "Yeah, you don't want to go to this stand. This stand's kind of like meh." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like not all food stands are created equal.
Are you a foodie? Like, do you like?
I love to eat food. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I hesitate to say I'm a foodie because there's definitely stuff I don't like. If there's too many vegetables in it, I'm like, meh.
I hear you.
But it's like to me, foodies are people who love like literally every kind of food possible. It could have like all vegetables, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is so great because it tastes like this and that." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I don't want that."
But you appreciate it. That's really cool.
Yeah,
though. Yeah.
But and if it's got like we had this barbacoa taco, so good, like better than anything I've ever had here.
Yeah,
I was just like, that is so good. We even talked about it, like we got to go back. Where do you want to eat tonight? Let's go back to that taco stand. Yeah. But it was cool because he also gave us like a history of like Playa del Carmen.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just like we're going to this place to eat and this place to eat. We actually walked through the city, and he took us to like different parts of the city on our way to other food stands. And like he showed us like some of the artwork, and then he took us to, like to the oldest part of the city, and he's like, the family's here. These were like original families from when they first like built Playa del Carmen, and like then like told us some of the history of Playa del Carmen, showed us like cool places there, and then we would show up at another stand, and then so it was super cool. It was just a really cool experience.
I love that, man.
It was a lot of fun.
I always say that like learn the culture you learn by the food and the music. Yeah, that's literally the biggest thing.
Yeah,
and
for
being
sure.
around those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like if you ever are in Vegas, the and you like buffets and stuff, go to the
Yeah.
Wynn buffet. Like
Okay.
that's the one that's most worth it. It's
Yeah.
the best one, and I've heard Bacchanal is the best one, but lately it's the most expensive one, Bacchanal. But I'm totally butchering the name. I know it, but if you know,
No worries.
you understand what I'm saying. Um, the Wynn one, I went there one time, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, phenomenal. Yeah. I wish I could do more food tours like that, but man, I didn't know they did it all over the place. I
Yeah.
don't know why I would think it was just in Vegas. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Every country they go to, they book a food tour.
That's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really get to like dive deep into it then.
For sure.
Yeah, that's so cool. He did like a whole history lesson too.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was really neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta do
But we
something.
kind of, I still have his number on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause he's from Chiapas, which is like in southern Mexico.
I never heard of that
And
place.
it's a state in southern Mexico.
Uh-huh.
And it's part of the state is actually not even run by Mexico. It's run by a group called the Zapatistas. Um, they like rebelled against the government in like 1994, maybe. I'm trying to remember.
The state did.
This rebel group.
Really?
Yeah, this rebel
Okay.
group called the Zapatistas rebelled
Okay.
against the government, and they took over part of the state, took over the capital, um, and then they during the negotiation they ended up the state allowed them to have like a section that they self-govern themselves.
Wow.
But I learned that years ago because I had a buddy of mine who was real into it and had done some research in it. We were roommates, and we hung out all the time, even after we weren't roommates. We were real good friends, and so he kind of educated me about it a little bit. And then he actually went down to Chiapas and stayed there a couple times in the villages down there with the
Wow.
rebel groups. And when he told me he was from Chiapas, I was like, "Oh, the Zapatistas." He's like, "Are you a spy?" I'm like, "No." But it was cool because I talked about Subcomandante Marcos, and then like Rage Against the Machine. Zachary De La Rocha, the lead singer of Rage Against the Machine, has gone down to Chiapas and spent time in the villages and stuff like that with the Zapatistas, and he sings a song about them and stuff like that. But so he's like, "Oh, you know about all that?" He's like, "Yeah, you're not a spy." But he
No.
said it's pretty cool because they have like a big festival down there once a year. I think in March or something they have a big festival, and he told me like all these cool stuff. He's like, "Yeah, if you ever come down," he's like, "if you ever want to go," I was like, and I didn't know about the festival or anything. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "I'd love to go." He's like, "Man, if you go, you know Alex." You know what I mean? He's like, "Give me a call." He's like, "Either I'll meet you down there if I can, and like I'll be your guide." He's like, "Or if not, I got real good friends down there that you can trust, and I'll hook you up with them."
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, man. I'm looking forward to planning that probably a couple of years from now, but planning a trip down there because I want to go during that festival that he was telling us about.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like it's cool meeting people like that. We were at Escaret, and there's this guy that just sells like those packages where like you can go and ride a boat, you can do this and go fishing. It was my cousin's quinceañera. Like instead of having quinceañera, we had a trip plan to
Oh,
go
that's
there.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, and it was really cool how we got to meet the fishermen.
Yeah.
They took us out fishing and deep sea fishing, and we were able to catch it, reel it in ourselves. While they parked at like a lagoon, and we
Mhm.
were able to swim around, they prepared some of the fish that we caught. So it was like ceviche.
That's
So
cool.
cool. So we still have contacts with them, and that's like a definitely experience. We want to go out and experience that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. It's just definitely meeting people like that out there. You never know who you're gonna come across and who you're gonna meet. So
Yeah.
yeah, those
Yeah.
contacts are important, man, because it's like fun to do that kind of stuff. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not all about work. It's also about a little bit of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. We forget that, man.
Yeah.
It's easy to forget that and spend too much time working.
That's how it's been. Like for me coming up here, man, it's been great time.
Nice little break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely needed. So I can just take this break and then finish off the room.
Yeah. Deborah and I have been talking about that, like doing a like making it a point at least every couple months to do like a staycation. Like go stay at a hotel in town for the weekend. You know what I mean, or something like that.
I definitely heard that from like relationship experts, the people I've heard on podcasts and stuff. They say do a staycation where you're not close to the house. where it's healthy for a relationship to go out there and be at like a local hotel and stuff.
Yeah.
It definitely does help out.
And
Yeah.
so we want to try to start doing that, and then like plan like a big trip twice a year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll probably start taking a trip on every Christmas because it's her birthday, and that's what she did for a long time. Was she would go on a trip for her birthday? So
On Christmas is her
yeah,
birthday? That's cool.
on Christmas Day.
Wow, here's a present.
Yeah,
Just a gift.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine's the 20th, 5 days for her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Mine's 18th.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's.
Did I say happy birthday to you?
I don't know.
Damn.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't remember. I forget it's my birthday. Like I'm old now. It's just another day. You know what I mean?
That's what my dad tells me.
I'm just like, it's my birthday. She's like, oh, we should do something for birthday. I'm like, I don't know, go see a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh.
ADD moment, man.
I hear you. Have us all the time at work.
Yeah. Yeah, and did I tell you about Hawaii when we went to Hawaii?
No.
We went to Hawaii in October. My girl's job had a conference there, and so it was like all expenses paid. You know what I mean? And then she was able to bring a +1, so obviously I'm her +1. Yeah, that's right. I'm her +1. But that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there was a lot of free time for her also, but like when she was in her meetings, I was just at the beach all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
But we had a snorkel trip that the company paid for and everything, and that was really cool. We went to like an old volcano, an old like volcano crater.
Okay.
You could swim like in the crater or
what?
next to the crater. Yeah, it's not like where you're in the crater. It's like where it's like came up out of the water, and so like half the crater is still there, but you're swimming in the crater.
That's a cool experience,
super
bro.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, and then they fed you on the trip and everything like that, and free drinks. And then we were on Maui, and there's a thing called the Road to Hana, and Hana's like a city or a little town that's on Maui, and so you drive from where we were staying. It's this long, like 3-4 hour drive to Hana and back, or like 3 hour drive there, 3 hour back, something like that. And you can take tours, you know what I mean? But there's an app called Shaka, which Shaka is like the hang loose sign.
Yeah.
So there's an app called the Shaka app, and it originally started out with CDs, and it started out in Hawaii. So you could buy CDs for the Road to Hana, and you could put them in your car and like press play and pause and stuff like that. But it would tell you about all the sites you're coming to.
Oh.
Well, now it's on an app, which is even better because it pinpoints where you are.
Yeah.
Like with the navigation, so it knows where you are, so it tells you stories based off of where you are while you're driving. It'll be like, all right, so you just passed such and such. Up here about 1.5 miles on the right is this place, and
that's so cool.
This is what it looks like, and this is what you can see. It would be a great place to stop, and it'll let you know too. It'll be like, if you're starting late and you're a little short on time, this would be one of the ones you want to skip, because up here a little further is one that you really don't want to miss out on. And then in between those places, it gives you a history of Hawaii, and a history of Maui. So like you stop at this one place, and then you get in the car and you drive, and the other place is like 20 minutes away, and it gives you walks through like the history of Maui with you.
That's so cool.
Yeah, man. Super cool. Well, they've expanded to, I think there's one for Phoenix now. Oh, and there's they have them for like all the national parks. They have them for all the national parks and stuff. So it's a cool little app, man. Yeah. But
it's called Shaka everywhere. Like that's Shaka.
Yeah, it's not Shaka app. And then when you go on there, you can pick different tours, and you just pay for the tour.
I wonder if it's in Tucson. Tucson has a lot of history.
Does it?
Oh yeah, you got old Tucson, Tombstone, all those places. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Tombstone's there.
Yeah, Tucson is like it's a hidden gem, honestly. Yeah. I mean, it gets a lot of heat, but it's a great place, man.
Yeah.
If you're ever down there, dude, I must say, I think I said it like 3 times last time I was here.
Yeah.
But La Frida, the restaurant there, best Mexican food ever.
Yeah.
That's the best. Like
Yeah.
we went there this weekend, man. It's just consistent, wonderful food. Looks like art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's in Tucson, Tucson?
Tucson,
Okay.
Tucson. Yeah, it's on 22nd and Kolb.
Okay.
So it's pretty deep into Tucson. So it takes
Yeah.
me like 50 minutes to get there from my house.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still another like 30, 40-minute wait because they don't take walk-ins, but man, it's the best.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. I just want to bring that out there before I forget. But yeah, it's Tucson's got a lot of history, and it's a good place to like raise a family.
Yeah.
Not really south side, but
Yeah.
like a lot of developments coming to Marana. A lot of new houses. That's where like a lot of people are moving in from. So it's a good spot. Yeah, where I live, I mean, I'm lucky. I don't have an HOA, so I'm
Yeah.
like in a very quiet part of town. The only like loudness is some a-holes with like loud cars just for no
Yeah.
reason. Like they're going 2 miles per hour and just
Right.
loud. Yeah.
Yeah, we get that in this neighborhood a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you don't get like gunshots.
No.
Yeah, you don't hear
Yeah.
people screaming and stuff.
Well, depends on the night. We get homeless walk through here, and if
Oh,
they're
okay.
it's 2:30 in the morning. There's been a couple times when like somebody's out in the street at 2:30 in the morning just screaming at nobody.
Oh, okay.
Because they've had a little too much of whatever drug of choice they're using.
Yeah. I mean, South Tucson is becoming more and more like prevalent. It's like happening more and more. Yeah, but
Yeah, it's because this is one of the last historic districts to get, like gentrified.
Mhm.
So like you have the other historic districts have just slowly gotten better, you know what I mean? And like as new people moved in and like uh you know or people have purchased houses and flipped them, remodeled them and flipped them. So like Fairview and Coronado, like you drive through and they're just all, nice houses, cute houses with, little families living there, couples or something like that, or retired people. This neighborhood is more, it's still on its way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Uh, one of my contractors, Jose, he said his uncle used to live like a couple streets over, like 15 years ago. And he said, man, it was just like drug dealer, like crack
Mhm.
horror central, like this
Yeah.
whole neighborhood. And when we first moved here and he came to do some stuff here, he was like, oh, wow. He's like, it's a lot different. It's changed. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's a lot, it's nicer and there's, a lot, he's like, it's not as bad as it used to be at all, but it's still not quite there. Like you'll drive through the neighborhood and it'll be like, oh, cute little house. You know what I mean? Oh, what another cute house. Oh, does a crackhead live in that house? You know what I mean? Or like it'll be like somebody will be living there and there'll be two cars on blocks in the yard with like partial roof. You know what I mean? Or like shingles on like half the roof. You know what I mean? And then tar paper on the other part of the roof. Right next to like another cute house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's on its way. I mean, it'll make it there. The city, I think, is investing. They're doing a lot of like planting stuff and things on the streets, and then there's a couple cool restaurants that are like in the neighborhood. There's a restaurant the next block over from us has no signs or anything, and we heard about it, and it took us a while to figure out that that's what it was. But it's like this little house over by the school, but it's a restaurant. Doesn't have any signs.
So a hole in the wall then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's always busy. And we finally ate there for the first time. It was really good. It's a little Mexican restaurant.
Oh yeah. I was about to ask, what do they serve?
Yeah, it was really good. And then there's a couple restaurants that are closer into downtown that are in the neighborhood too. But yeah, but I walk my dog downtown all the time, so it's like 15-minute walk to downtown.
Oh yeah.
And then I'll walk him around downtown and come back. It's kind of cool that it's that close to downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like central to everything. You just be in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like it, man. It's nice.
Glad to hear it, man. Well.
Well, yeah. You want to go to lunch?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, 11:47. Damn, we talking for a while.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, well,
That's
thank
good.
you again for having me on, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Always, man. I'm glad to have you on. We just play catch up when you come into town and hop on the podcast and play catch up.
Yeah. Next time, hopefully, tell you more about what happened at the Airbnb and where a proxy business goes. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
All right.
Appreciate
Well, tell people how to get a hold of you again.
You guys can get a hold of me on Instagram at Cruz Gamez 20. Make sure it's not Gomez with an O, it's an A. And that's the best way to reach out to me. It's through
Okay.
Instagram. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm on there a little bit.
And if you're in Tucson, you need some epoxy flooring.
Yeah.
He's the guy to reach out to.
Yeah, Tucson, mainly Green Valley, but if you're in Tucson, let me know. Definitely get you hooked up.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and we'll see you again later.